If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Oh,
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still in the sauce with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a motor. No proof, like I always wanted him. I never hated him. I never traded him. And if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like under the city, the driver's side floor. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with viewing for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wondering what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Hello, Leroy.
What's up?
How are you, buddy?
Good. Brittney?
Hello, Brittney.
Hello.
Yeah, that voice. Wednesday after recovery. Much better.
It's making its way back. Its way back.
It was never gone.
Well, it went some rounds. It felt like it went some rounds. Maybe some sparring, not a full-fledged match. But yes, it is. We're feeling it. Canes, hey, you get a week off. Canes are on the bye week this week. Dolphins not till Monday. So we got some time for that. In the meanwhile,
Monday.
What's
early
up?
Monday? There's 2 games. Don't forget.
Yeah, it's at 7:15 or something like that.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. Early.
Yeah, you're gonna be stuck down in South Florida for a minute.
I'll be all right. I'll figure it out, dude. Don't worry about it.
All right.
It's all good.
All right, I got
It's
you.
all good. I'm ready. I'm raring to go. I got my back streets. Takes me 15 minutes to get from the arena to the studio. I'll be good.
I'll be following you.
All right. I mean, you know what to do at this point. How many times do you need to follow me?
I don't know. Not going back streets. I do not. I still get lost.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I was down there yesterday. You know what I saw for the first time in a while yesterday? I went down for the Jake Paul, Gervonta Davis press conference.
How was that?
It was fun. It was a good time. I was glad to go. I was a little bummed because I wanted to talk. So we got to do a scrum afterwards. A scrum is like the little media hang around by the table after the press. I didn't, those press conferences are goofy. So I was happy that we got to, hobnob a little bit afterwards. But I wanted to talk to Tank, and they brought both of them out at the same time. And they were like, no, wait, Tank. Because they were going to do Jake Paul first.
Right.
And Tank's like, no, kick rocks, I'm leaving. And so I was like, no, because I kind of prefer to talk to him, to be honest with you. Like I get the Jake Paul thing.
He's got more interesting plans in the future. I
feel like I get more interesting stuff. Like I feel like with Jake, it's like I know what I'm gonna get. I asked him some Canelo stuff. I asked him about the Canelo Crawford thing. He's still interested in fighting Canelo after this. But it was a good time. It was a vibe. Not a huge crowd, like not a ton of fans came out to it. I don't know if people even knew that it was going on. I think there was like the first 3 rows right in the lower bowl, like right behind the press, were filled out. The little lower bowl of all their guests were there and whatnot. Tank shoved them. Ooh, shoved them. We had a $2 million bet that was added that I don't know if is legit or not. So I never understand this. Why do we have to? Why we got to throw down more bets? It's like you guys.
You're getting paid to fight. It's
right.
Prize fighting. Now you want to bet,
right?
Well, basically, it's like increasing your purse because you're betting the money you're getting from the purse.
Right.
Part of your money you're getting from the purse, which is, yeah. All right.
This was the.
I'm just waiting for him to piss the wrong guy off. To be honest with you.
Yeah, this was the face off.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's a big size difference.
Yes.
It's a big size difference.
And his head, I mean, his head looks massive, and Tank looks like he has a little peanut Oh my goodness.
Tank's confident though. He seems very confident that he's going to not lose this fight. Yeah, I think so. We'll see. I mean, I think it's going to be an interesting event, but I don't know like how good. But they did say they're going to lower the glove size yesterday, which was interesting. I didn't know they were allowed to do that because
They can do whatever they want. It's not sanctioned.
No. Well, it is sanctioned because they have to. You can't just have backyard brawls like Kimbo Slice and Dada 5000 had to do that stuff in secret. You're not allowed to just have fights wherever you want. There's going to be ringside doctors. There are professionally sanctioned bouts there. When they do this, it's just an exhibition, which means it doesn't count towards anybody's record. They can't sanction it as a professional. But
it still has to be sanctioned to be a public.
There still has to be rules. Like, this
Right.
just got kicked out of Georgia. Like Georgia was like, we're not doing this. This is first of all, we don't think this is a legit fight, and second of all, it's ridiculous. They're 100 pounds difference between each other. Florida, they've already done this. They did Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather. They literally did this with part of the family tree before. So, so they were arguing over the ounces of gloves. And Jake Paul claims that Gervonta Davis wanted that. And because Gervonta Davis's trainer, Calvin Ford, comes up there and goes, why don't we make the gloves smaller? And Jake Paul claims that Tank was the one who wanted him that size. I was under the impression the commission just made them do it that size. So I don't even know if they're going to be allowed to do that. Like, press conferences are not binding by law.
I mean, the crazy thing about it is Gervonta probably wanted smaller gloves, right? Why would he be out there with the big, those big gloves?
Yeah.
Being smaller. You know what I mean? It just seems like it's a disadvantage. He's got to tote those gloves around.
Dade South says Creed versus Drago was an exhibition. He's right. Ended poorly.
He does.
Throw the towel. Let's get to our headlines, which are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. Doral VW just broke the rules of gravity. Prices are falling so fast. We're checking for a crater. Volkswagen priced like they've lost their minds. Doral VW, buckle up. No one sells for less. No one. And some breaking news as we got on the air, Leroy.
What happened?
The Miami Heat have signed Precious Achiuwa to a 1-year deal.
All right. Napoleon Dynamite's back.
What do you mean? I don't like that. What do you mean Napoleon Dynamite?
That's okay. Listen, I'm an observant human being. I observe things. Next time you see Precious Achiuwa running on the basketball court, think of Napoleon Dynamite.
No, I don't like that.
Am I off? Like you could not find it funny, but am I wrong? He runs like Napoleon Dynamite. Like, he doesn't pump his arms. He just kind of.
I don't recall that.
Yeah. Okay.
You're taking liberties. You're taking liberties, sir.
All I'm saying is, when we watch him play, and he takes off and runs down court, I want everybody to say, "Man, he was dead on with that."
He's taking liberties, dude.
I'm not taking liberties.
He doesn't do that.
I'm not taking liberties.
According to Anthony Chang, because I was interested in this, because I thought when this first was announced,
you said it was going to happen.
Well, it was kicked around, but the thing that was interesting is the Heat are trying to stay under the tax. They don't want to be on the repeater tax this year. And so, according to Anthony Chang, it is a fully non-guaranteed 1-year contract for Achiuwa. So no move to the standard roster is needed now to stay under the tax, but the Heat will need to cut one of its Exhibit 10 players to open a spot on its preseason roster. So that intangible guy from Wyoming, see you, dude.
Wow.
Sorry. He's going to go to the Skyforce. It'll be cool.
Wow.
What? That's just how it's going to be, dude. You don't even know his name. I don't.
I mean, you just called him intangibles guy.
You know who it is.
From Wyoming.
Wyoming.
All you had to say was from Wyoming.
I think it's Wyoming. I think it's Wyoming. So there you go. Precious Achiuwa. I like it. You have a guy who knows the team. All right. And it's not like he left on bad terms. He was just
paid somewhere else. Right. Oh, he was a little sweetener. That's right.
He was a little sweetener to get Kyle Lowry here.
How'd that work out?
How did it work? How did it work? I guess it worked out okay. Kyle Lowry, they made a couple Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay.
Right? Like, do you think I think the Kyle Lowry thing didn't end great. He made a lot of money, but I mean, I would say all in all, the Kyle Lowry era wasn't bad, other than they traded Magogi.
Right. All right.
Miami Marlins still alive in this thing. They win in extras, although they are running out of games. The Mets won yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I was just getting ready to say. Before I even looked at the Marlins, I looked at the Mets game.
Yeah, and the only team yesterday in the wild card race to lose was the Reds. So the Mets, Diamondbacks, forgetting somebody else won. I think it's the Giants, maybe. They all won also. But the Marlins come back. They're able to win in extras against the Phillies. So not dead yet. Not dead yet.
Well, guess what? As this season is gone, to say that with a week left to go in this, or less than a week to go in the season, is pretty remarkable. So, however it ends up, right? We got our entertainment value out of the Marlins. We weren't like, we were excited to watch the young guys play. So, I'm good with however it ends. I would like to see them maybe get a little run, maybe make it interesting the last couple of days. But if not, they far exceeded anything that we would have thought was going to happen after the first month of the season or first 2 months.
No, there's no doubt. I mean, people were saying this was going to be a guaranteed, guaranteed 100-loss team. A lot of guys unknown, but some really great stuff along the way. Now, some unfortunate injuries along the way that they had to battle. It's good that Griffin Konai made his way back. And especially I think, you got Yuri back, you got Sandy back.
Sandy has been pitching well. It took almost half the season to get him comfortable to where he could just, throw the baseball. So there's a lot of moving parts, things going on for a team that really doesn't have the luxury of other teams to be able to afford these things. They need all their guys, available if they're going to ever substantiate win, at least right now.
Yeah, and they got some young guys coming down the pipe as well. Bendix has done a good job of that. It's such an interesting year because it's like they were a roller coaster. It was like started great, awful, very good, awful, and kind of injured. And then this last run here. So listen, you give Clayton McCullough a lot of credit. He's ridden the wave of a lot of young guys who have had to go through a lot of the most responsibility they've ever had. So, I mean, for his first year managing, great job by him as well. And we'll see what they can do. I mean, listen, maybe some crazy stuff happens and we have ourselves a high-stakes series this weekend. But for right now, as they tweeted out last night, the Marlins, I hear no bell. That's Tulsa King, Brittney. Well, the Tulsa King when he started as Rocky.
I mean, it's been a fun season for them. I just think that they'll get better when they're worse, when they're struggling is not as bad as it was this year.
Right.
And when that could say their worst is 1 or 2 games under 500 or at 500, then they'll be competing for playoff spots and stuff like that. But when you're bad, is they just lost 11 out of 13 or 15 out of 20. Those are the growing pains you got to go through.
Yeah, peaks and valleys. It was more like peaks and craters. It's just like if you could just, because you're going to go through slumps in baseball season. It just is what it is. It can't be as drastic.
It can't be it was so the difference between when they were playing well and everybody was healthy and when they had the dog days of summer was so far apart that when those get closer, that's when you'll know, oh, this is a good team. Not, a team that can compete. But when those ebbs and flows, those ups and downs are so far apart, it makes it really hard to compete.
Man, crazy. Also wishing the best to Dane Myers. He ran into the wall yesterday and apparently had a really nasty cut on his knee. Fix your walls, Philadelphia. What kind of year is this? You got booby traps? What are you, the Astros?
Hey, it used to be the field. The worst. It was the worst field in the world.
The Vet?
Oh my goodness. It was bad.
That's the worst field.
Yeah. I would say the hardest places to play were there, Cleveland when they had the baseball team, San Fran when they had the baseball team. Because like if there was any type of rain, you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger in what was the movie? Not Terminator, but the other one. Predator. When you had to cover yourself in mud, but it was red dirt. Like it was so bad. You didn't know where you were on the field. You know, I remember Metcalf taking a knee. He thought he was in the end zone and he was on the 5. So yeah, because they draw the lines and it looked nice when you go to warm up, but when warm up's over, there's no lines in the dirt. So yeah.
We'll take a break here on the program. More to come after this. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. How'd you guys like to have a Pro Bowl Miami football player come visit the elementary school of your choice, huh?
Huh?
It could happen. It's WQAM's MVP experience with the Dolphins. Zach, sealer it on up. He's on board to speak of the school of your choice. All you got to do is go to WQAM.com, enter an elementary school in Broward or Dade now for your chance to get a visit from Zach Sealer, where he'll speak to students and more. For contest rules, go to WQAM.com as the Dolphins getting ready for the New York Jets. A couple of AFC East winless teams. What a showdown. Really just top notch. Top notch. Did you hear Malik Washington yesterday, Leroy? He revealed that Mike McDaniel has a nickname for him.
Do I want to know?
Well, I mean, you tell me. I mean, like it's Mike McDaniel might want to workshop these things. You know, Malik Washington has been very impressive this season. We obviously has the punt return touchdown. They used him all over the place. And, you know, some people were asking yesterday, the reporters were asking, and it's like, hey, did you have to watch any Deebo Samuel? And not only has he watched Deebo Samuel, but apparently Mike McDaniel has a nickname for him in all this.
Being a wide receiver involved in the run game, I wonder if Mike got you to watch any Deebo Samuel tape or someone who had success under McDaniel in San Francisco doing that.
He calls me Malibo every now and then. I don't like it. I don't like it. But no, I mean, like I've watched some Deebo Samuel's tape, and I mean, he's probably one of the best at just going into the backfield and making plays happen. So he's been a huge guy I've looked up to, and as far as what he does in the run game, how versatile he is, kick returns. You saw he had a big one this past weekend. So I mean, he's playing great, and I kind of want to, just not necessarily follow in those footsteps, but trying to create my own game in that sense and be as versatile.
Obviously, Deebo Samuel's a moose, but what do we think of the nickname Malibo?
I'm going to say this. All right, I'm trying to be good at this. For a guy who considers himself a wordsman, not his best work. Right? Right? Like you think of him finding ways to say everything without saying nothing. Then when he actually has a point in time where he could come up with something creative, use all that knowledge, that Ivy League, education, Malibo.
You think Mike McDaniel, do you think that's the first time Malik Washington has let it publicly be known he doesn't like that nickname? Or do you think, because you think like he's gone along this? I
think somebody during practice, if he said that, they've looked around and go, that's terrible.
Nope. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because players, like, they're all for the jokey jokes and the messing with one another, right? So I could imagine maybe somebody said something, Mike, that's terrible.
No, Mike, please no. But he goes, think about it. He's like, you don't have to say yes yet. You just
let's workshop it for a couple of days. Let's use it and then see if we like it. If not, we can put it, with some of those plays that we don't use.
Try it on, walk around the store a little bit, see if it's comfortable. He goes, right. I'm telling you, I don't like this is immediately put it back in the box and on the shelf, Mike. He goes, yeah, I think it'll grow on you. You've try that out. No. Brittney, what do we think of Malibo?
It's terrible. It's literally terrible. Like there's no other way to put it. I saw the clip yesterday and I was like, it's just like be a little bit more creative, Mike. They're also such different players, so I think it's silly.
Right. It almost seems like Malik is a little more shifty, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's hard.
How big is Deebo?
It's hard to tell how fast Deebo really is,
right? Because
of the way he's built. He has big plays all the time, and so maybe that speed is a little deceiving because of how he's built. But Malik just kind of looks like he does it a little smoother, right? And so from that standpoint, yeah, I get why he would call him that, right? Because he does do a lot of stuff on the offensive side of the ball. And when you have a guy that does that, think about this. If you're a defense and you go into a game plan saying, you got to pay attention to Malik. You got to make sure where he is, follow him. He's going to run reverses. He's going to run screens. He's going to do all these different things. On a team that has Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, right? That can only be a good thing. However, that's not your problem. Your problem is like you don't have time for all that foolishness, right? and it's unfortunate, but you almost want that. You want a defense to concentrate on things that aren't the most important on your offense.
Like the guy on go ahead, Brittney.
I just find it really strange also to compare another player to an active player that used to be somebody that played for you. Like, I think it's nice.
Yeah, he loves Deebo Samuel though. Those guys, like I remember him and Deebo Samuel like having brunch after Mike McDaniel left. Like those guys are.
You don't find that odd, like to compare to someone who's still active in the NFL? I find that so odd.
Well, it's just like Leroy says. Like I think of Deebo Samuel just as a horse that
right.
Yes, is fast, but also just runs people over. I think of Malik. Now Malik did show some physicality even on that punt return. Like he was able to shake some stuff. But isn't Deebo like 6'1"? Like Malik is like 5'8".
From what I'm seeing,
Deebo's 6'1". Deebo's not 6'1".
He's 6 foot 215, and Malik Washington is 5'8", 195.
So think about this. Yeah, same body type, just shorter. Mm-hmm. But think about this. Deebo's bigger than Achan. So put it in perspective.
Everybody's bigger than Achan.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like he's built like was it Anquan Bolden?
Yeah.
Right. There's guys that have played that position and at some point in their career played running back because Deebo's built like a running back.
Crazy.
Deebo was a running back. Like when he came into the league, you were like, oh, okay, I can see.
Croqueta King says Malibo sounds like something you need a vaccine for. Not wrong. Schmeathan says that the player's nickname
vaccine.
What?
It is the vaccine. You're gonna see some dancing in a commercial. Go talk to your doctor about Malibo. Side effects include.
Schmeathan says the player's nickname for Darren Waller is Placebo because he doesn't do anything. D Sizzle says terrible, scrap it, -1 to Mike McDaniel.
Well, put it this way: if we're to the point right now where this is the only -1s we're giving Mike McDaniel, then we're doing okay.
Yeah,
but
sure.
There's that other stuff that we have questions about. I actually think that they played that first game. It was terrible, right?
Awful.
But they've played better the next 2 weeks, even though they haven't won. And the shocking thing about all this hasn't necessarily been the offense, has been the defense. And so I don't know what's going on over there, right? But I think these games may have gone a little bit different if you had just the same defense you had last year, right?
Would it be better? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, right. So while we're sitting here and it's easy to always go to Tua in the offense, when the defense gets back into the swing of things, and there's a lot of moving parts, there's a lot of guys in and out, there's a lot of stuff going on over there.
There's a lot of young guys too.
Right. When they can solidify that and have everybody where they're supposed to be and sustain a decent pass rush and stop the run, the games are going to turn around because I've noticed like that first game, they never had the football offensively.
Yeah.
You can't win like that. Right. So,
and when they did, they turned it over.
Right. So not only were you playing poorly on offense, but you didn't get as many opportunities. So it just looked that much worse. The second game was somewhat better. But then again, you get to the end of the game and you have that, right? The third game, same thing. Like you had some opportunity.
They turned it around in the second half, though.
Right.
Like that's the like they had their moment, and then they blew it with the whole penalty by Sealer. But
Right.
they started getting stops again in the second half. Jack Jones played a lot better.
Yep.
But that I think that's been the disappointing thing. Like they're just a bad team.
Right.
That I mean, if you're gonna go 60-40, I guess I'd go defense, but the offense hasn't been good either. They haven't been as explosive as they used to be, and they turn the ball over a ton.
Right. Right.
So, and then when they don't turn it over, they have some critical penalty to keep drives going.
It's always something that's the sign of a team that's just not there yet. Right. I don't know if they're going to get there, but when, the sign of a good team is when you press and you have to play outside your comfort zone, everybody's still poised. And it may not necessarily work out, but it's not going to be because you shoot yourself in the foot.
Jay also
seems
says
like every time this team has to press, or anytime somebody tries to press, they make terrible, terrible mistakes.
Jay also makes the point, and I think it's fair. It's like they have had the ball twice to either tie or go for the lead, and they've blown it.
Yeah, no, I said that. Like I get it. I get it, and I understand all that. But when you put yourself in that situation week after week after week after week, right? The percentages aren't with you, right? Like some guys have done it better, right? But usually when you have to drive the ball down the field and do those, it doesn't always work out. So what you have to do is why are we in this situation, right? And try to improve everything so that the scenario at the end of a game is different than you trying to do something that you really haven't done the whole game.
We'll take a break here on the program. Back with more after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Getting through another week here. It's hump day.
Yep.
The Sandman, Corey Sandhagen, is going to join us later on in the show today, Leroy. He is fighting Merab for the UFC title next week at UFC 320. Merab has not been, I mean, they call him the machine for a reason. He just wrestles the holy hell out of you, but like, it's just
sometimes those fights are boring.
They can be. I would say he's probably got the most entertaining style because it feels like he just picks up, drops off. His cardio is impressive. Like, he's not a lay and pray guy, you know? Like,
he's moving, he's twisting,
moving all the time.
Yeah,
he's putting stuff. So, and Sandhagen's got some real knockouts, and it's first title fight in a while. First title fight. He had an interim title fight, but he's never fought for the undisputed title.
So usually guys who strike and guys who knock people out versus a grappler. Is it like the whole thing trying to keep their distance?
Yep.
And
yep.
You know, yeah. So
yeah, that could that's definitely part of the game for sure. That's definitely got to be something that's in mind. So that's going next week. Man, it feels like UFC's been off for a while. I'm excited. They got two pay-per-views this month. Exciting times. In the meanwhile, we got the Dolphins getting ready for stuff. And we got the Canes looking to tighten some things up as we get ready for
refocus,
reset,
get a week off, refocus.
You see this Finebaum? What a bum!
Oh, is he on the bandwagon now?
Well, it's not only that he's on the bandwagon, but he's just such a charlatan. You know, like, I guess the SEC released their schedule yesterday for like the next 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so sick of this SEC, you know, like, I'm so sick of their act. I'm so sick of like them calling, oh, poor us, we have such a tough schedule. Make up your mind. Do you want the tough schedule or do you not want the tough schedule? Like, it's so annoying. I never hear the Big Ten do this. I never hear anybody else whine about this stuff.
Right.
And it's like, you sit here our schedule's so hard. You guys are losing to like the dregs of the league. Alabama, you lost to Vanderbilt last year. Stop acting like you guys keep losing to hammers all the time. And then this Finebaum, Leroy, he gets on television yesterday, and like he's talking to the CFP committee, and he's basically going Stephen A. Smith on them, like, you don't want to make an enemy out of me. And I'm like, what?
Why?
What are you doing?
Paul? Why would they care about Paul?
Because you know him, he's sitting there. You know he's up to something. He's like the little finger of college football, right? Like he feels like he's back there pulling the puppet strings. Listen to this nonsense he's spewing.
It's supposed to be a night to celebrate where the SEC is, but I'm getting angry listening to this conversation because, Greg, we're all dumbfounded by what we heard last year, and we have laid a marker from the SEC at the feet of the CFP, and they better deliver. And I'm not making threats because I don't have any more control over it than anybody else, but I know some people who do, and if they screw this up, they will be paying for it. And I don't know how or will, but they should, because this is unequivocal what the SEC has laid down tonight.
First of all, stop using big words.
So what's the issue?
He's upset because the SEC schedule looks so hard for the next, by the way, next 4 years, because we're they had to this.
No, they do schedules like that.
I understand. No, I know, but they don't do a made for TV special on it on the SEC network.
Right. Correct.
Just patting themselves on the back for how hard their schedule is. But he's basically like, you guys better keep it in consideration. Shut. You don't know what this is going to be in 4 years. Finebaum.
Right.
I'm so like, and I'm not making threats. Do I know people who can make threats? What does that mean?
Right. Here's the
problem. What say?
Here's the problem, and here's where they could all sit in a room, and they could all have comments, and Paul Finebaum can have all these comments. The problem with the SEC is this: you have so many teams ranked, and that's why you think your schedule is hard. But half of those teams at the end of the year are not ranked. So why are we talking about how difficult the SEC is? Every team, every conference usually has the 4 or 5 teams that can win the conference. And in the SEC, it's been 2. It's been Alabama. It's been Georgia. Now you got Texas.
Right.
Oklahoma
LSU
is not a
peaks
threat.
every
LSU
every 3 years.
now
LSU's
and then.
peaking in
Right.
there.
Right. So I can do that in the Big Ten, right? Clemson can, the ACC could have did that. They had 2 teams in the playoff. So, like, you start off, you get such a big head start at the beginning of the year because you have all these teams ranked. Please don't complain. Please don't complain, because guess what? If you lose to a 15-ranked team and you're 10th, and you're not going to drop below 15, and I can almost promise you when that team moves up, that by the end of the year, they might not even be ranked. That's what happens in the SEC every year. We talk about the Ole Misses, the Texas A&Ms. We talk about the Mississippi States. The LSUs are, they're in the periphery of championships there, right? You're really only talking about Georgia. Alabama's falling off. You got Texas, right, who got beat early on in the season. And so people have questions about them. And so, like, come on, man. Like, just play games. If you're and here's where I get so annoyed by all this. If you can't win your conference, why the hell did you think you could win the national championship anyway? So stop with that. You play the games. If you're the best team in the country, it will reveal itself. You got if you lose a game because you're the SEC and every team's ranked, you're going to get a nice soft landing to be able to rebuild it, where other conferences don't have that luxury.
How much more finagling do they have to do?
Right.
Like, how many more moves do they have to do to make it even more? And now you're sitting here like with some ominous threat. Well, I'm not making threats. Do I know people? Like, okay, so what are you gonna do, dude? You're gonna call Mississippi congressman being like, "Hey, CFP, you better put them Bulldogs in there." I tell you,
it's
you ain't gonna like it.
That's all they're doing. That's all they're doing, because at the end of the year, right? At the end of the year, they're gonna complain about how tough their schedule is and hope that they can sneak somebody in. Because I remember, was it last year or the year before when they were doing it with Alabama? Right?
It's every year.
And everybody celebrated. I think it was at 6 at that time.
Right.
And everybody celebrated. Guess what? No. Absolutely not. Alabama can't get it. I think it was the year Michigan ended up winning.
Yeah.
But yeah, come on, man. Like, and then to top all that off, you get in the playoff. And there were no SEC teams in the final. It was Washington and Michigan. So while you're talking about your conference, while you're saying how tough you have it as a conference, you get rewarded for playing a tough schedule. And they talk about it every year. That's why they have 12 teams, so we can sneak your 2-loss, tough schedule SEC team into the playoffs. But if you got 2 losses, and it's lost to an average team in the SEC or one of those teams that are above you in the SEC, you're probably not going to win the national championship anyway.
It just annoys me because it's already like last year we had to sit through this, with the Canes, and it's like, all right, it's like you're already know that in the ACC you got no margin for error as it is.
Correct.
Even though Georgia Tech, went toe-to-toe with the vaunted Georgia last year to a gazillion overtimes.
Right.
But it's like you sit here, and which is exactly what happened with the Canes, by the way. It was like, and it's just like, no. We understand what it is. It's like, you don't. You just paint a different picture with your banjos. That's all you do.
Right.
Well, you don't paint with banjos, but you guys understand. That's what that is,
No, I didn't. But you can run with it.
Thank you. Maliba.
Run with it. It's just, look, I'm a firm believer if you have a problem at the end of the year about whether you should be in or not, don't lose. Don't lose to those teams that you shouldn't be losing to, because that is an indication of how good you are, right? And so if you lose to a Vanderbilt, an unranked team, Don't come to me at the end of the year and saying we deserve to get in because our strength of schedule over this team. You lost to Vanderbilt, you're out. Because the teams in the playoffs probably aren't going to have games like that. Right? They're probably not. Now, I also have a problem. There's a lot of teams, and because the conferences are so big now, that don't play one another. Right? SMU went to the championship game, and who did they play? So there's some of that too. But for the SEC, when your starting point is up here and you already get a leg up on all the other conferences, and then you lose and drop, I don't have any sympathy for you because you were given a spot much higher than you probably should have been because you're in the SEC. So don't complain about who got in and who didn't at the end of the year when we're looking at schedules.
We'll take a break. Just a regular little second hour next. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Let's get to our headlines. Brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. Doral VW just broke the rules of gravity. Prices are falling so fast, we're checking for a crater. Volkswagen's priced like they've lost their mind. Doral VW, buckle up. No one sells for less. No one, dude. That's a promise. Miami Heat are bringing back Precious Achiuwa on a non-guaranteed deal. So the Heat bolstering their backcourt, and I am whole again because I miss Precious. I never wanted to see him go. Listen, I told you guys in the beginning, I didn't, as much as the Kyle Lowry trade worked out, I didn't want it to go down. I mean, I certainly didn't want to trade Goron.
So we have a lot of guys in Pella and Achua. We gonna need some bona fide scoring. You see what I'm saying? Especially early on. So between Bam, between Jovis, between Powell, Davion has gotten better at scoring, but that's not his main thing.
Oh, dude, let me tell you something. I was listening to this Davion Mitchell interview yesterday with Cooper Moorhead from Heat.com. Wow, what a guy. The Goosies. I mean, I love this guy. He was talking about how much he wanted to be on the Heat, from the jump. And then when he got here, he was like, he's like, it just felt right. And then he was talking on this interview about how him and Spo butted heads because Spo did the thing where he goes, "You're not playing hard enough." And Davion Mitchell's like, he's never been told that him in his life because he plays the hardest.
Right.
And so like
which is weird because I would never watch a game and say Davion looks like he's
never.
Never.
But Spo is a master manipulator and a psycho. And so like he knew how to get this going. And if I said both of the backcourt, I meant front court. Sorry, you jerks. You guys always say things perfect. But I was like, oh, that's good. That's good. And then he was like, no negotiations on who he wanted to in the free agency. He wanted to come back here. And so I'm excited for his season. I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. I am curious to see if he could shoot like he shot with the Heat because he had never shot like that with anybody. And wow. I mean, he was lighting it up when he got here. It was very impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
Schmeathan says Tobin bolsters the food court. God, he's such a bastard.
Hey, chicken on the stick.
I love a food court. He's not,
somebody gonna have that little bourbon chicken on the stick.
Dude, you know what my favorite thing is they got like the hibachi places that'll make the giant chicken teriyakis in a box with rice. Oh, yeah. Those are the man. They got rid of that in the Wellington Mall. It was very sad. It's like, are you kidding me? Can't believe that, dude. Love that stuff. But I think they obviously losing Tyler is a big blow for whatever it's going to be. Like they say around 8 weeks, could be longer than 8 weeks. We don't know. You had me very worried with that, the way that cast looks. So now I'm thinking 12 weeks. I don't know.
Well, I just think so for example, you remember when I had my thumb?
Yep.
I had something over it.
Sure.
Right? Because you got to keep it, still for a certain period of time so that all that stuff they did can heal. And I have a rod, so it's a little bit different. You don't want any movement for a certain period of time. I don't know what they had to do to his foot, but the fact that they put a cast on it means that they needed him not to be able to move for a certain period of time so that could heal. We've seen guys that have had knee surgeries, knee reconstructions. The one thing that they say is they'll put you in a brace. They want you to put weight on your leg as soon as possible so that you don't get the atrophy. The fact that they put him in a cast means they need that thing
steady.
Yeah. So I don't know what he had to do. He might have had something put in it, a pin, a screw, or something. So that's anytime I've had a screw or some kind of pin put in, 6 weeks. 6 weeks, maybe more. So from that standpoint, I'm just going on my history with surgery and when they mobilize it versus when they don't, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Tim Reynolds tweets out, he says, Pat Riley hated seeing Precious Achiuwa leave Miami. The Heat have tried to bring him back multiple times since. Reunion was inevitable.
All right.
Goosies.
All right.
I mean, listen, you need
We're getting excited for a guy that's going to play 10 minutes a game.
You need some insurance, dude. I don't understand why people got to be rat bastards about it. Like,
I'm not being a rat bastard about it, right? I'm just merely stating the facts. He's going to give you depth.
Depth at a position you need because you're one twisted Khalil Ware ankle away from having Vlad Golden go out there and play, and he is a rookie who, 2 years ago, respectfully, was playing for the Owls.
Right.
So
no, I
that's
got
all.
I got it, but I'm saying getting excited for a guy that's going to maybe play 10 minutes a game, like, how much of an impact is that going to make? Not saying that
story. It's like when Jay Rich came back. It's a neat story.
Okay. Yeah, no. The story's cool.
Schmieden says Tyrese Maxey exists. Bad for our mental health. I understand. Tyrese Maxey's been very good and good for him in his future endeavors, but here's the thing, dude. Like, the Miami Heat, they came off that bubble, and Tyler Herro's 19 years old. He's scoring 37 points in the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, didn't really think they were going to go with another, guard in the draft. I mean, yeah, you could always just say, hey, go with talent. That's kind of what that's what the Spurs did this year, but they were picking at 2, not the 20s. So
right. I got you.
Just saying, it was a need for the Heat. They did like, dude, if you go into this thing, the way injuries happen in basketball.
Yeah.
And you were going to have
we didn't even get to the thing, and we got injuries in basketball.
Right.
So we know, especially this team, I've never seen a team more than the Heat have 8 guys available with one guy questionable.
Right.
But you got to dress 8. He's dressed, but he's probably not going to play.
SDI says nobody except Tobin is excited, and that's because the Heat haven't given him anything to be excited about in a decade. You know what, SDI? Nothing excites you, dude. Like, I could take you to a magic show, and you'd be like, whatever.
They just call me Debbie Downer. They said I do everything except for Tua.
SDI and Schmeeth and Schmolnick are like guys who go to a Siegfried and Roy show and be like, oh, the tiger's floating? Who cares? We know it's not real. Like, all right, well, don't be entertained. I don't know what to tell you. I'm excited for basketball season. I'm ready to have some fun. And, we'll see what happens. If you guys aren't excited about the Precious Achiuwa reunion, that's on you. Who doesn't love a good reunion? Don't we love a good reunion tour?
Yes. Love a good reunion tour. But where this team is, do you want more guys that have more of an impact? I don't know what the impact is going to be for Precious Achiuwa. I guess that's what I'm saying.
But I mean, I told you guys this. Like, look, this wasn't a very thrilling offseason. I wanted Kevin Durant. I had my pity party about it. I'm upset we didn't get him. But in fairness, the Miami Heat made the second biggest trade of the offseason.
Yes.
I mean, that's and did it giving up 0.
Yes. It has more to do with availability and not who you want. Like, certain guys they didn't have access to.
I will say, I looked at these top 100 rankings that came out.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe how low they have Tyler Herro. I was
30s,
70s.
Really?
In the 70s. And it's not even that, like, okay, you have him low, but the people they have below him or above him, excuse me, I was like, dude, you could say a lot of things, but you can't say there's a lot of intangibles above Tyler Herro.
Right.
And they got Austin Reeves above him. And I was like, come on, dude. They got Christian Brown above him. I'm like, what
spelled Braun.
Spelled Braun. I'm like, what are we doing here? What? And Denny Avdia is above him.
Basically, they said Tyler was a looter in a riot.
Yeah, I've heard this a couple of times that they're saying he's a looter in a riot. And I'm like, first of all,
still an all-star, though.
Why then does LaMelo Ball get to be so high on your rankings? Do tell.
Oh, he is the epitome of it.
Because you guys like, you like sparklers and you like, wee. He's like a water slide on the court.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cool shoes though.
Great shoes. The kids love his shoes.
Yeah.
The kids love his shoes. But I was like, Denny Avdia, you got above him? Like, I don't have a problem with guys who are on good teams. Like, they have anybody from the Thunder or the Pacers above him. Cool. I'm good with that. Zion Williamson was above him. Like, Zion, he hasn't played in years. I will say, though, let me tell you something right now.
He looks good.
Let me tell you something right now. I'm pissed at you.
At who?
You. I told you we should have invested in this trade and gotten Zion Williamson. Now he looks incredible. He's going to have a great year, and now we don't have him. And I told you kept telling me not to trade for him.
What was my reason?
We got to nurture him. We got to nurture him.
We ain't, dude, we ain't got patience for nurturing.
Oh, we got patience, dude.
No, you don't. No, fans do not have patience. Why all of a sudden? I love the way after the fact fans say I would be reasonable. No, you wouldn't.
Oh, I would totally
stop it. Just because I say, hey, I'm reacting like, you would if it didn't work out. So my question to you is this. I've asked you this a million times. When a team has been plagued by injuries, why would you sign a player that would or that hasn't played a full season? Like, I'm not saying he won't be able to. I'm not saying he can't turn it around. But from the perspective of the team, why would that investment be worth it when you've struggled the last few years with injuries? That's all I'm saying.
He was a little immature to start his career.
He was hurt.
And immature.
All the time.
Well, there was some body issues. Maybe he was a little immature with the ladies off the court. But at some point you got to settle down. And we could have gotten in on the ground floor of the Zion, redemption tour. And I don't know, you just kept talking me down and talking me down and talking me down.
Josh Hart said it perfectly. Leroy having patience gets you nowhere. Leroy, stop with the patience stuff. I'm not the one that was talking about patience. What I was saying about it is, why would you bring somebody in that you're going to have to pay top dollar to, that you're going to have patience with?
Everybody
because of his injuries.
Everybody gets top dollar these days.
All you have is what he's done in the past. That's all you have. Right now, Zion, for what you need, is not dependable to play more than 50 games. And you're going to be in the same spot again with injured players at the end of the year wondering what happened.
But you always say, like, we're sitting here and you say, like, guys don't hit their prime at a certain point. He's just getting into the prime of his career. Now he's thin, and he says he's feeling like Duke Zion.
Okay. All that's great. All that's correct. All that is accurate. Okay. Guys don't hit their prime till 26, 27 in basketball. That being said, the injury part of it is all I have to go on. That's actual facts. That's all I have is the injuries that has plagued him, the amount of time that he has played in recent years. That's all I have. And if I ask you, are you willing to invest all the resources and the money on a guy that basically has not played a full season and has the same issues that you've had with your whole team for the last 3 or 4 years? Like, why would you sign up for that again?
Dunks, dude. Dunks.
Oh,
dunks,
why do you just
dunks,
go
dunks,
right?
Dunks.
But wait, why do you just go right past that and say, I don't care?
Fun. 360 jam.
You know where there's no highlights? When he's sitting next to Spo.
Dude, but
I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm saying in order to make a decision like that, the only thing you have is the actual facts of the past few years.
I just can't believe they ranked Austin Reeves above Tyler Herro. Like, this dude literally has done nothing but have 2 Hall of Famers next to him at all times. And like, so he just gets to ride up the intangibles rankings. You're not going to tell me he's a colder ass white boy than Tyler Herro. I'm sorry. I don't care how many times you want to tell me. It's just not the case. Like, if we're going to have an intangibles off the power rankings, there's no doubt who's the better player. And this is so silly. Austin Reeves. He simply gets to be ranked higher because he's a Laker.
So hey, Tobin?
What?
Please correct Cody.
What?
Did I not have the same issues when Tua was getting drafted?
You did.
Okay. So, no, I'm consistent with that, especially when you're a team that needs a certain position or a certain guy. You cannot afford to bring in a guy that you're going to have questions if he's going to be available, because you're not going to get anywhere. It could work out. I'm not saying that. Okay. But if you look at the Heat, if you look at the Dolphins, right? What has plagued them the last 3 or 4 years? Injuries. And why you keep going and sign injured players is amazing to me, when that's been your biggest problem. So I've been consistent with that. Even when Tua got drafted, okay, showing support is a lot different than what I said on that night. I've always been pretty consistent with that. Taking a guy that high and you're bringing him in with an injury, you're asking for problems.
Well, listen, Tua makes or Zion makes Tua look like Cal Ripken. I mean, it's
yes. Again, but you're willing to go down that path again with all that's plagued this city.
You see how high he jumps, dude? I mean, the 360s, and then he's so good at getting to the free throw line.
Check this out. You know where you can't jump? Sitting next to Spo.
Could be behind him.
That dude has worn out some seats next to the coach.
We'll take a break. Back with more for this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Leroy went to go hobnob with Jay Crawford. Ugh. I love you, Jay. I love you so much. Did you see that Browns win?
It's your favorite time of the week.
It's ridiculous, Brittany. Sick of this Jay Crawford. Sports Talk on WQM is brought to you by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on the Sundays of the NFL on CBS and on Paramount Plus. Stream your local game and the NFL live every Sunday. Visit ParamountPlus.com to get started today. As the Dolphins will be on ESPN this week, but usually on Paramount Plus. We played That's a Harlan, Not a Harlan yesterday, and hopes that we'll get him back one day. But quite frankly, we don't deserve Kevin Harlan right now. We just embarrass ourselves in front of him. Kevin Harlan wants to be like, he's got hell. And, now it's just, he's got H-Chan. He's just going to be doing that the whole time. So I don't really want to, I'd rather get Kevin Harlan back when we're at our best right now. And that's just not where we're at, right, Brittany? We can't embarrass ourselves in front of a legend.
No, we can't. It's not fair to him. He deserves better than that, truly.
Yeah, he does. He deserves better, and I wish that I didn't have to hide from him right now, but maybe we'll see him against the Chargers, and hopefully he'll get to call some big plays our way.
I feel like we'll definitely see him during the Chargers game for sure.
He feels like he's going to be like, we're going to be annoyed because he's got his new squeeze. Crazy.
That's the thing. We are going to be annoyed because they're just going to be loving up on Justin Herbert.
Schmiethan says you're going to take Adam Archuleta and you'll like it. Ugh, sick of Archuleta. Give me him and Spiro Ditas, the two of them. I don't know if Spiro Ditas is still with CBS. I don't if he is or not, but yeah, that's where we've been lately. That's what it's gone for. So we'll see what's going on with that. The Canes, by the way, did you see this, Brittany? But a lot of the Panthers went to the game to go watch them kick the Gators' ass. And Anton Lundell, all right, Mr. Las Olas, according to Matthew Tkachuk, he is loving life as a college football fan. And this is what the Panthers Center had to say on the third line about going to Gators and Hurricanes this past week.
No, I think it was super cool. It's been something I wanted to go for a long time, but obviously we have a busy schedule as well. But finally we were able to make it down there, and it was awesome. It was my first college game and won't be the last one.
Wow, he's hooked.
He loves it. I mean, honestly, if I could think of any sport that hockey players would like, it would be like college football. Because it's just so gritty, and they went to a perfect game.
Yeah, the atmosphere was crazy. Like if you were
going
to get,
was crazy. It was really, it was very chippy. I don't know if that was like shown on TV much, but it was very chippy. So if there's anything that I see hockey players loving, it's a good college football rivalry.
Yeah, he was like, I didn't realize how big it was because he's from Finland. For those who don't know about Anton Lundell, he's from Finland. And, that's like hockey's kind of the bad. They're very into basketball as well. I mean, the Finns had a great showing in Eurobasket, as we covered on this program. And he was very proud of his Finns for going deep into Eurobasket. But he's more smitten by the Canes and what the Canes are doing. He seems very into it. Seth Jones yesterday was talking about it, how excited he was. And Lundell explained, because he's been wearing his Canes gear all over town. He was even wearing a Canes University of Miami Hurricanes hockey sweater during the summer because Anton Lundell, this guy he loves him some hockey. He was playing roller hockey over the summer after the Canes, after the Cats won the cup. And this is why he's become a Miami Hurricanes fan in his time down here in South Florida.
I mean, it just, came natural. I came here as a young guy, and I know even the team has some connections with, University of Miami with, I don't even know, but something, students or, but I always liked their colors and as I said, they're a big team in our area, so I like to support different sports and that's how I bought a couple Miami t-shirts, and now I was finally able to go to the game.
Wow, he's even buying the gear.
No, he's like fangirling.
Wow.
I'm
So
sure
like
they can
he's
send you something.
man,
You don't need to buy it.
they need to send Anton Lundell. They need to send him a care package. Like you got you Canes, you can go huge in Finland with when you have baby Barky there rocking your gear all over the place.
Exactly. Like, we need to send him something for sure. He needs to go do the siren at the game.
JFig says, I know that accent is tickling you. I love his accent. It's not quite, but he's so cool. I love the way he sounds. The way he says colors. The Finns, man. Like, I don't know. There's no wonder he's Mr. Las Olas. Like, he just puts his feet up at Rocco's Tacos, and I'm sure just like everybody flocks to that gorgeous blonde hair of his. He's just very smooth with the way that he speaks.
He is.
He's gonna have it is interesting though, because he's 23 years old, and David Dwork brought this up to him yesterday about how he is baby Barky, and he's on this great third line with Marchand, but it's such an interesting time too, because it's like you just got to play your role perfectly, but you're also probably like, man, do I do even more this year? Like, can he bring even more to the Cats than he already has? Because he's so perfect in the way, and those Finns are just like this, where they blend in perfectly. He's got Marchand now next to him, but even this guy's not even really in his prime yet, and he's already just been this reigning champion. And I mean, look, that third line between him and Etu and Marchand, it did damage last year. I mean, they were so productive, but I think it is interesting because you have all these guys who are here. And it's like, man, is there going to be a time where the team will be, his probably not. It'll be Barky's forever. But I'm just genuinely fascinated to see like how much at a young age this guy's winning and providing production for the Cats. It's been very impressive to see. So love Lundy, love his whole aura. He has aura.
He does have aura.
A lot of it. We'll take a break. Mixed bag coming up next. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on a Wednesday. I'm going to talk to UFC title contender Corey Sandhagen. He's going to be fighting at UFC 320 later on today's program. We got the Dolphins getting ready for the New York Jets. Canes are off this week. Fish, they'll be taking on the Phillies tonight. Thrilling win yesterday. Still alive. Still hanging around. Yankees clinched yesterday. The Mariners clinched yesterday. So we're getting a lot of these. Tigers got caught by the Guardians in the Central. So we got some wild stuff. Shohei Ohtani's gem got blown yesterday by the Diamondbacks, or by the Dodgers, and the Diamondbacks beat the Dodgers. So that's kind of the happenings right now around baseball. The Marlins will close things out with the Mets for 3 games at home, but they still got 2 more with the Phillies to see if they could do some type of miracle. But obviously the Marlins, if they could some way somehow finish this season with a winning record, that'd be incredible. Or if they could finish 500, pretty strong standing by the Fish. I mean, this has been a very impressive run that they've gone on this last week plus. But in the meanwhile, let us get to the mixed bag. All right, so yesterday was boots on the ground for the Gervonta Davis, Jake Paul press conference. And Tank Davis, he was asked yesterday by Jorge Alonso of Bro Bible, shout out, Miami's own. And he was asked if he's taking the fight seriously. And this is what Tank had to say on that.
Aldo McCloud, are you taking him seriously in this fight?
For sure. He's the bigger guy. Look at him. I got to take him serious. Won't you? Facts.
So you could win $2 million in this bet. What are you buying with those $2 million?
$2 million? I don't know. I can't even say because motherfuckers going to hate me for it. So I'm going to chill. I might donate it.
Are you more excited now that with this bet, with the $2 million bet?
$2 million, I'm not donating $2 million. I come from the hood. Not doing that. I'll give some, but I ain't doing $2 million. I ain't that damn rich.
Wow. All right. Well, listen, I appreciate him clarifying it. Hey, be honest, Posh.
You appreciate the honesty. He was like, wait. I never said I was going to do all $2 million.
Yeah, 100,000 for the kids. 100,000 for the kids. But the rest of it, mine. I'm keeping that. The rest of that's mine. The rest of you, $2 million. That's a lot of money.
That is a lot. I could do a lot with $2 million right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Pretty wild. But I mean, look, you do have to take Jake Paul seriously because he's bigger. But I do think that, I don't know, my read on the press conference was yesterday, Brittney, that Gervonta Davis quite confident that he is going to win this bout.
I was going to say, it feels, that response felt very joking. I don't think he's taking him seriously at all, truthfully. I think he's looking for the big payday, which I got respect, but don't also underestimate your opponent.
Yes. I mean, it is a big size difference, that's for sure. But I don't know. I just kind of feel like what's going to happen is this is going to end up being very ugly, and it's not going to be that entertaining a fight. It'll be fun to see the first spectacle and the first couple rounds, but I think what's going to happen is Jake Paul's not going to be able to catch him. And
I've seen every single Jake Paul fight, unfortunately. And they're not entertaining. So it's I don't find that this one's going to be entertaining. And the only way, like you said yesterday, the only way I find this entertaining is if he gets knocked out.
Yeah, it's all anybody wants to see. Anybody just wants to see. They just want to see. They just want to see him get knocked out.
That's the only reason why I tune into his fights. Is to hope, I pray that someone knocks him out.
I do think that Jake. Yeah, and if it ends in a knockout either way, I think Jake Paul did make one good point. He goes, listen, whatever happens, I think our fan bases are going to be embarrassed if whatever happens, because either he's going to lose to a really tiny man or Jake Paul does the unthinkable and knocks out Gervonta Davis.
No, I feel like if Jake Paul, is there anybody who actually thinks that Jake Paul is going to win the fight?
I don't even know what the betting line is, to be honest with you.
So that's my thing. It's not embarrassing if Jake Paul loses to him because he's, first off, I think is the best boxer he's faced. Despite the size disparity,
I would agree with that.
He's the best boxer that he's faced, right? The most serious boxer that he's faced. he's a professional. He's in his prime probably right now. He's never lost a fight, like you said. So I don't think that that's embarrassing for Jake Paul, especially if it goes to decision. Now,
it's
Tank
but
Davis
just as a reference, Gervonta is a minus 205 favorite. Jake Paul plus 155. So he is a dog. Jake Paul is a dog, despite the size difference.
I mean, I think that's fair, though. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a boxing connoisseur by any means, but I think experience, like professionalism, like it favors Tank despite the size. I don't know.
I think those are
talent is like more important. Like just like the mechanics of boxing is more important than size. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, I'm not a boxing connoisseur by any means.
Right. And if we were to analyze this for reals, even though this is probably a circus, but if we were to analyze this for realsies, Gervonta made the point. He goes, "What have you been boxing for? 5 years? I've been boxing since I was 7."
But
and
that's yeah.
And a lot of that stuff. I don't think those gaps can ever really get made up. Maybe by some special guys it can be. If you have just like devastating power and you can fool guys, maybe. But these guys who've been boxing since they got out of diapers, like it's crazy. Like this is how they've spent their weekends. They just they're in gyms since the time they're children.
Exactly. They dedicate their whole lives to it. And it's like the only way that Jake Paul wins a fight, in my opinion, is if he knocks Tank out.
Right.
Because I don't think he can touch him.
Yeah, and I don't think he can do that.
So
I don't think he can do that. I don't think that's going to happen. But anyway, it'll be a fun spectacle for those who want to go. I do think it's going to be a hell of an event, and I do think that the Alicia Baumgartner, I thought stole the show really yesterday. I thought she was awesome. They're doing 3-minute rounds for the women, which is something that is not typical. They do 2-minute rounds typically, and they are going by men's length this time. They are going with 3-minute rounds.
Well, in the last fight that he did, the women's card was really good. The fight before.
Oh yeah,
was super.
Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Let's head to the Panthers. Gustav Forsling. He is one of the best defensemen in the league. And he said, to be honest with you, this summer, too long. I got to work out a little bit, but I'm ready to get back to work.
Yeah, I think for me personally, I love working out all the time, so I never really take too much time off. But I think it's a perfect amount of time off, to be honest, because you can build up your physique again, lift a little more different in the summer when you don't have to play games, and you can go a little harder and try to gain some more muscle back on again, because we lose a lot of muscle during the season because we can't really work out how you want to when you have so many games. So I think we get a good amount of time to rebuild anything, and especially now with one extra week before camp. Camp starts Thursday now, so we even got 1 week extra to work in the gym and a little bit on the ice here. So I think it's been great.
Gustav Forsling always comes into camp apparently on these fitness contests that they do in hockey. Mm-hmm. He always comes in as the fittest, according to Gustav Forsling.
So he's not lying. He loves working out for real.
He loves working out. He's an Iron Man. He's good. Hey, that guy. Another incredible move by Bill Zito. Really crazy. Jaelan Phillips, he discussed the Miami Dolphins' inability to get turnovers, and this is what he had to say on this going into Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually a good question, because that's kind of something that you have to fight against, is pressing and trying to do too much and trying to make a play, outside of the scheme or outside of, your own ability. So I think really the focus is not worrying about the numbers, not trying to, make something happen when it's not there, really trusting the scheme and just playing within, the bounds of the defense. So I think that the numbers come, and that's something that with, the type of defense we have, once we get the communication right, once we, are all on the same page, I think all those will start coming.
All right, cool. Here's the thing, though, dude. Just fix it, all right? I'm tired of sitting around here waiting for turnovers and sacks. Like, you guys are supposed to be awesome this year. Everybody, you call each other the big dogs, and I'm sitting here. I see one dog doing anything. It's Bradley Chubb, And that's when he's not tackling offensive linemen. So if you press, don't press, be relaxed, be intense. I don't care. Just give me some numbers and some cool plays on defense, because you guys have yet to turn over the football. And I have a hard time believing it's because anybody's pressing. Fix it, make it happen. Minka Fitzpatrick. Hey, dude, respectfully, okay. You come here and you make this big return to the Miami Dolphins, and it looks like you broke your heart because I'm not a Steeler anymore. Okay, sorry, but you did get a bumpski because you went to shadow GM Drew Rosenhaus, and when you're with Drew Rosenhaus, apparently you just get raises. That's how it works. But that being said, where's my picks? Where's my turnovers? Where's Minka Fitzpatrick? Where is this? I mean, are you going to beat the washed allegations? Because that's why they got rid of you for Jalen Ramsey. So when are we going to get some impact plays from all these big names on defense? Okay, yeah, we got some young guys and we got some cornerbacks that we've never heard of. I've seen Jack Jones make more plays than you, dude. So what are we going to do here? I need some turnovers. I need some picks, Brittney.
It's like there's people on the defense that I'd never heard of, but the people that I do know, it's like they're not even existent anyway. So what does it matter? It's like the defense is just one blob because they do nothing.
Ridiculous.
Even though they got big stops against the Bills, which I appreciated, of course. But I need exciting plays. I need turnovers. I need sacks. We're not seeing any of that. So
we haven't gotten an interception from a safety. We're going on a year plus. Let's go already. So that's your mixed bag. We'll take a break, get you caught up with your headlines. The Sandman's going to stop by, and Leroy should be back from canoodling with Jay Crawford. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Hello, Leroy.
What's up?
How was New Crawford?
They're excited.
More about the Guardians or the Browns?
A little bit of both. More excited about the Browns, though, beating Green Bay, who's supposed to be this juggernaut, and they took him got him into a rock fight.
Yeah, that was the football one this week. It was like, yeah, what happened in the NFL this week? Probably that, and then the Panthers just smoking the Falcons as bad as they did.
Right. What about Tampa winning? Right, like that was.
They beat the Jets. I was expecting that.
Yeah.
The way the Eagles won.
That game was a lot closer than it looked.
Yep. And then you got KC. It was KC Baltimore this week, right?
Yeah.
So someone's walking out of there 1-3. I mean, aside from a tie, which would be stupid. But yeah, I don't know. They're both really good. I don't think like we could go into pain, but it's been that's a hell of a start for Baltimore. Baltimore's had Detroit, Buffalo, and KC to start the season.
They can't stop. Nosebleed.
Yeah, but also, Chiefs have been looking constipated, dude. For years.
We've been saying that for the last 2 years when the season starts. And now I always wonder, and I used to say this about Jimmy, right? When they say, "Oh, don't worry about playoff Jimmy." I say, one time you're gonna summon playoff Jimmy, and Jimmy ain't gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wonder, Kansas City they've always been able to say, "Oh no, we'll get it together. We're good together," and they've always ended up making deep runs. What is that time where they can't get it? How's that gonna look, right? Because so far it just looks like a normal season for them. But here's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
They were in a position like Buffalo, right? Where they were dominating their division. Now you have another team in the Chargers that look really good. And you don't have as easy of a pass through your division as you had before.
Yeah, I think they kind of squashed some of that when they won the year before they won last year or the year before last, just because they did the whole wild card route, because that was kind of like the last thing is, could they do it not being the 1 seed? And they did.
Right.
So I
don't mean I'm not even saying like the 1 seed, because you only have one bye. Mm-hmm. So I understand. I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about they haven't had any real competition in their division. And now maybe that
two playoff teams last year.
Huh?
They had 2 playoff teams last year.
Okay.
Broncos made it. Chargers made it. Like, Chargers look better. Right. So, maybe this is their year to be more positioned to do it. But let's wait for the Chargers not to charger. I believe in Jim Harbaugh, but the Chargers do.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to say let's wait for the Chargers to charger, then you got to say let's wait for Kansas City to Kansas City.
Yeah, but I think Kansas City is just like, the thing that is.
They don't look good. They don't look.
It's just, it's. Bleh,
but we've said that before. I remember early on in the season, either last year or the year before, going, I think the run is up. And no.
I don't think. Go ahead, Brittney.
Sorry. They don't have all their weapons. So I think that's a big part of it. So once they get back the Rushy Rices and the Xavier Worthies of the world, maybe we'll be having a different conversation about them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I just look, until you tell me in January that the Kansas City Chiefs are not in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way will I think or believe that they're not competing for a championship.
Yeah.
You're right.
No, I'm with you. I think that's. I think they've. For sure they've earned that benefit of the doubt.
Right. So 3 weeks in, it doesn't look the same, but we've said that. Oh, they look old. They get carried by their defense.
And I guess to your point on the division thing, and by the way, headlines brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. Doral VW just broke the rules of gravity Prices falling so fast, we're checking for a crater. Volkswagen price like they've lost their mind. Doral VW, buckle up. No one sells for less. No one. On the point of the division, like if there's a team that can afford it more, I think it's Baltimore because that North. I mean, respectfully to Cleveland, like I don't.
There's no. You got it right.
Bengals, like they're gonna have time to get their record right.
Right, which usually was the case, and this is the point I was making.
Mm-hmm.
This was the case of Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Like they started off slow, but everybody would say, "Don't worry, they'll win the division,
right,
and be ready for the playoffs by the time the playoffs start."
Yeah.
What I'm saying is now that, and we don't know what to make of the Chargers. They look really good as of right now, but now, how's that going to look if they don't win their division? Forget where they're seated. But if they don't even win the division.
Sounds good. Let's go out to the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location on Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com. This man's fighting for the UFC bantamweight title coming up next week at UFC 320. The Sandman, Corey Sandhagen, joining us here. Corey, how you doing, man? How's everything going for you? I think we're having some video issues, they're saying. Let me see. It's yeah, he's saying it's going great, but not okay right now. Let's see. Maybe we can get him to reconnect, or we could try this through another means. I don't know. See if we can get him to bounce in and out. I don't know what's going on there though. Must be that I wonder if he's Colorado with that that mountain Wi-Fi. It's all good, Corey. If it's not gonna work, we could try and do it another time down the road, dude. It's all good. I don't want to keep doing the tug of war thing on it.
Yeah,
it's all good, buddy.
I had some good questions.
I did too. I was excited about this. I'm excited for his first title fight. Him versus Marab. Him versus Marab's a hell of a scrap, dude.
I'm always intrigued by the grappler versus the puncher, right? Because like I don't want to watch a fight where they're hugging each other, but if they don't do it that way, the grappler usually gets knocked out because he can't withstand that. So it's always an interesting dynamic between two like different styles of fighting, right? That's like some of the, like, I mean, that's what DC was a grappler and like, yeah, he just leaned on you. Not very interesting fights all the time though.
Man, I remember that rematch against John too, where like he was striking so good and then just boom runs right into the head kick.
Oh my god!
Oh, yeah. Felt so terrible for him. Felt terrible for him, but no, that's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight. But no, getting back to the conference, yeah, I think I think that's the thing that you worry about with the Chiefs is like, all right, if they get off to a slow start, can they catch up with everybody? If the Chargers keep rolling, like that's the thing that they got to worry about.
Because think about this: we've had these same type of conversations when New England was there, right? They're like, "Oh, New England's starting off slow. Don't worry, they dominated their division for the last 10 years." Now we look at Buffalo. Ooh, Buffalo's gettable. Well, guess what? Once they get to you're right.
I gotta look what the odds are right now to that because Buffalo already had like the biggest gap as far as any division winners, but they got to be like minus 800 to win the AFC East.
Right, but that's just it. So there's been teams. Who else? Philadelphia. Remember we did it with Philadelphia. Oh boy, they look bad. Fire the coach. They end up winning the Super Bowl. So there's certain teams.
Oh my god! Do you want to know what Buffalo is right now to win the AFC?
Minus 1,200.
Minus 4,000. Minus 4,000.
Can we put a chili pepper on, just a little baby chili pepper on the Dolphins?
If you want, plus 7,500, sure. I mean, why not? Yeah, why not?
So
that's right up my alley.
Yeah. So I'm just, we've heard these stories about certain teams in the division, but that's because all the teams we're talking about have had free reign over the
Mhm.
division. When it starts going sideways a little bit, it's not necessarily when they don't turn it around, but when somebody from inside their own division is pushing them, and then that other team wins the division. Right? So, like, yeah, because keep in mind, even with division winner, I don't care where you seed it, you get a home game. So
Chargers right now are minus 165, so they are the betting favorite to win the division.
that's only because they're leading and
Slightly.
nobody else in the division looks any good.
Slightly.
So, yeah, I'm curious to see that. Now, keep in mind, it's only week 3. And like you said, I'm going to sit back and wait for Chargers to Charger.
Right.
Right.
But it is Harbaugh. Like, I respect Harbaugh. I think that
Right.
he can get things in line for
Right.
sure.
What are we going to do about you know who might get a free pass and have the number 1 seed that nobody's paying attention to? Indy. Because that division's garbage.
Garbage.
So you're going to have a team. What if they go 15-2 and everybody going to think they're contenders? And part of the reason is because of their schedule, not because of how good they are.
Yeah, you can't deny it, and they've already beaten. I mean, they got a gift against the Broncos, but they did beat the Broncos with that stupid field goal thing.
Right. So yeah,
Those are but the other games, yeah, they've looked like an absolute juggernaut, and they can put up points. Shane Steichen.
So who would you say right now is the most competitive division? It has to be the AFC West, right? You got Kansas City, you got Denver, the Ram. I mean, Raiders.
Those are the ones those are the ones you really believe in, because like maybe the Jaguars. I mean, Houston looks a mess right now.
They got no protection. The quarterback's running for his life.
Yeah, thank God I never put that bet down on Tennessee.
What about Washington? And in that division, you got Washington, Dallas, and the Eagles. But everybody's just going to say no, the Eagles, like. Just
until further notice, yeah, and then you have the Giants doing their Hail Mary of like, oh, Jackson Dart, you know,
right? I can't think of any other conference. Like the NFC West is the Rams.
The NFC North is still a bear, like Lions, Vikings.
Oh yeah,
and Packers, and the Bears looked good last week. Like that's probably the best division. It's
but they're going to be good. They're going to be good while not winning games. Right,
the Bears.
That's. I think at the end of the year we're going to see their record, and I think they played much better than that.
Probably.
Right. I think the team that I would say of the 3 teams that made it last year, I would say the Vikings might be the team out between Green Bay and Detroit.
I don't know, because like I don't know, like I don't know how serious the McCarthy thing is. Like if he comes back,
keep in mind, and they boat race somebody without him.
Yeah, they boat raced the Bengals,
which
but
right.
no,
how serious is Pittsburgh? In that division, are they going to push the Ravens? Or the Ravens are going to get a free pass. There's always a couple of teams that get like this free pass where they can just relax, play football, have fun, get ready for the playoffs, and dominate.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh's had these 2 games where, like, they had 5. Like the Patriots turned the ball over 5 times. They snuck away with one last week. Yeah. Like, no apologies for it, but I don't know if they're better than Baltimore, even if their record.
No, they're not. They're not. But you're thinking. Like, I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of there's 3 or 4 teams in 3 or 4 divisions that are going to get a free pass. And so the things that they're working on, they're not on that daily struggle trying to, they're just we're just concentrating on us. And they get a whole season of doing that because they just running up through their division. So those teams, like, you look at the Eagles. I don't care if it's game 1 or game 20, they're going to play football a certain way. Mm-hmm. They're comfortable with what they do. So those teams are teams that are going to be in the mix, right? Indy might get a free pass. Because do you see anybody in that division? I mean, right now, the second best team in that division is Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, I don't believe in Jacksonville.
Right, exactly.
I don't believe it. Like, will Houston get it together? I don't know. He looks pretty bad.
They look bad. They just look bad from that offensive line is horrible. Dude's running for his life. Like, come on.
We will take a break. More to come here on this show. Back after this. Welcome back. It's Tobin and Leroy here with a little 15 minutes of game day uncensored for you, which is brought to you by the Lexus TX. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer. Miami Dolphins getting set for the New York Jets. Malik Washington, he says he wants to see the Dolphins push the ball down the field a little bit more, Leroy. Here is what the second-year Swiss Army knife had to say.
There are ways to push the ball down the field. Obviously, looking at how defenses are playing us and stuff, we got to get the run game going. I think that'll really help us. Finding guys underneath so that they now have to respect the underneath balls. And, you know, I think as we continue on and stuff, our offense is going to come together. We saw some points be put on the board versus the Bills. And, I mean, all you can ask for is growth. And so next game, we'll put up as many points as we need to win.
He's a delight. I like him. I like his energy. He got that year 2 shine to him, Leroy. Just bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. He's not sweating it too much yet.
He's got I'm finally a part of the offense on a consistent basis.
True.
Energy, right? Like a year ago, will we be asking Malik Washington these questions?
Mm-mm.
Right. So
probably not. Later in the season, maybe a little bit.
So that's where we are, which is a good thing. It's a good thing to have, new contributors, right? You can't consistently keep depending on the same guys year after year after year without injecting some new talent into that mix. And so now you went from Achan, Tyreek to Waddle. Now you add a Malik. Now you add Ollie Gordon. Like you keep adding the talent. However, we have yet to deal with the problem, and that's up front. So while we have all of these other things, right? Like I don't know what to make of Tua at this point. Like I'm not one of them people that is so quick to say he sucks, right? As people are, because I understand that in the big picture, saying I'll just go get another one is not that easy.
I don't think that. I mean, like, look, I've never been a guy that said Tua sucks, but I can acknowledge he's not as good this year.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think that this is even close to his peak of where he's been.
Correct.
That's that's what concerns me.
I agree with that, and I agree with that. But there's a lot of people early on in the beginning of the season that we can like. Who had defense was going to be porous on their bingo card? Nobody. That was supposed to be your strength.
Yeah, but like at least I can understand. Okay, they're basically just going to say Zach Sealer's the only threat up front. We're going to go with a bunch of young guys, and that's going to take time to cook a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of get this. You weren't here, but I was when you were talking about Jay Crawford, Brittney and I were talking about Minkah Fitzpatrick being like, "Hey, bro, are you here? Like, are we going to get the Minkah Fitzpatrick we all thought we were going to get, or is he actually not as good, Minkah Fitzpatrick, as was feared?"
Maybe that's why Pittsburgh let him go.
Well, that's the thing. Pittsburgh is never wrong about this stuff, are they? Like, when's the last time Pittsburgh got rid of a guy? Maybe I'm missing somebody, but when's the last time Pittsburgh got rid of a guy and that guy was as good, if not better, when they left?
We'll see this year with Pickens, right?
Pickens, yeah, but Pickens was a pain in the ass. Like that's why, right?
Yeah, but,
like it wasn't a talent thing.
But again, if he goes somewhere else and has success, that will be the last time I could think. I
don't know. I think that they're already seeing the repercussions of that because of his meltdown that he had on Sunday versus the Bears. You guys didn't see his meltdown on the sidelines?
No, I missed it. But it doesn't surprise me. Like Pickens gets nuts. Like that's what he does.
It was bad.
I ain't never had the energy to get that mad.
Never had
I've been mad. I've been mad.
You ever have a Kelsey?
No. Never slammed my helmet. Never, yeah. I mean, okay. Look, me personally, I think a lot of people do that to kind of make people think that they care more.
Show pony.
Right. Exactly. And so if you have a mistake and you go on the sideline and slam your helmet, then people will think you really care.
He's washed. What is he? 29? How old is Micah Fitzpatrick? He's not old.
He's not 30.
He's not 30, right?
Yeah.
Is it just that's it?
I
28. He's 28 years old.
I think part of the problem is though, is he only cooks when the rush is going.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so
it's
like a running back who has no yards rushing because there's no blocking up front.
Yeah, we've only seen our pass rushers get more pressure on the punters than they have the quarterbacks this year.
Right. Too much pressure.
Too much pressure. Hey, calm down, Matthew Judon and Zach Sealer.
Right. So from that standpoint, by the way, I tried to explain this Monday. Everybody please calm down with why is a starter in there for all punts that happen in between the 40s, or if there's a short, 4th and 2 or 4th and 3. You have what is called safe punt. What safe punt is you have your regular defense in the game. So it's not just Zach Sealer. A lot of teams do this. It's called punt safe. You don't want a whole bunch of linebackers and running backs out there for your punt team to just say, oh, we got little guys, let's run it. So you go keep your defense out there.
Tell them put the safety brakes on. Tell them put the safety brakes on, dude. Enough of this already.
I know. But here's the other thing.
Twice in 3 weeks.
When you think you could get there, right? Yeah, there ain't no change in the mind.
We'll take a break. Play our favorite Wednesday game coming up. Rats off a ship is next. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Oh, hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Jennifer.
Hello.
How are you today?
Doing well. Doing well. Proudly hear my landscaper.
Sure do.
Yep.
Sounds like a chainsaw. What, is he chopping down a tree or something?
No.
All right. Well, landscaper or not, we got to get to our favorite Wednesday game.
Rats off a ship. Rats off a ship. Game 6.
Rats off a ship.
What do we have today, Jennifer?
We're going to start things off with Dak Prescott. How do we feel about him getting sacked by Micah Parsons this week? He says it's going to be painful.
Let me tell you something right now, dude. I'm not rats off a ship. That dude is getting sacked maybe multiple times by Micah Parsons this week. No doubt in my mind. You know that Micah Parsons is licking his chops and he's going to stare up to Jerry's box and he's just going to be like, it's going to be a spectacle, right? Like, this is not going to go well for the Dallas Cowboys. It feels like it's all been leading up to this.
You can do that with an average player, but you can't do it with one of the best at his position and then have him come in and think that it's not going to get ugly. However, I would say this, that if they turn around and ran the football against him, I would say he would say, see, I told you.
I told you couldn't stop the run.
I told you.
I told you.
So there's that. There's that. So it would be pretty weird if he's rushing the passer and they gash him for 200 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he get a sack, it ain't going to matter.
Yeah. Well, so you're not rats off a ship? You think he's getting sacked?
He's getting sacked. It doesn't matter how many.
Sunday night
He's gonna
football.
be up there. He's gonna be up there counting like LeBron. Not 1, not 2, not 3. Yeah.
Jennifer, you're
Wait, so
rats.
you're not rats off the ship, right?
I'm not rats off the ship.
Okay.
It's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
neither am I.
It's gonna happen.
These rats are really creepy.
Because the problem is,
I love them so much.
you know what's gonna get Dak sacked?
Hmm?
It's not gonna even be his offensive line. It's not gonna be Micah. You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be Dallas's defense. Because if they can't stop Jordan Love and Green Bay, then them guys gonna be down so many points they're gonna have to throw the football.
Right.
And if that happens, so don't be mad at your offensive line. Don't be mad at your play calls. If your defense can't stop Green Bay and you forced in a situation where you got to play keep up, that's who you need to blame.
Brittney, your rats?
They are not off the ship. Absolutely not. Especially after the Heat just came out and said there will be no tribute video to yeah. No.
What's the tribute? What do we have to? What tribute do we have to have?
Yeah, he's done for. Sorry, Dak.
Yeah, seriously, that's tough. What's number 2, Jennifer?
Well, we spoke about this before, but Tom Brady says he wouldn't help the Raiders with broadcast duties because he feels he has a moral and ethical duty to the sport.
Oh my!
He said what?
Moral and ethical duty to the sport.
Tom Brady and morals and
Ethical.
ethics were in the same statement?
Duty.
Let me
Yes.
tell you something. I couldn't. My rats could not have enough scuba gear to get off of this ship, because if I ever hear morals, ethics, and Tom Brady in the same sentence, paragraph, verse, words, in the same neighborhood,
The same space.
my rats will be doing cannonballs into the ocean, because this man's a suspended cheater, okay? A suspended cheater. The GOAT, yes, but also a cheat, okay? We can acknowledge. And I'm sitting here, and he's going to be on his high horse, Botoxed out of his mind, telling me about morals and ethics? Get the hell out of here, dude. Rats off a ship.
So I'm rats off a ship for two reasons. One, the whole thing is sketchy in itself. You could have just as easily got out of it by saying, I think it's a conflict of interest. End of story. Right? That's it. You threw all this hyperbole in there about morals and all, like, you lost me. You lost me with that. Why we got to go so far to explain, what the issue is? It's to say conflict of interest. That's it. Move on. We're not standing on our soapbox telling everybody, because I live my life with a set of morals and ethics. And no, too much.
Yeah, that's what we've all looked at. That's what we've all looked at the Patriots with these last 20 years. It's just more. Hey, you know what they are? Morals and ethics between stealing film, deflating footballs, and happy endings. Morals and ethics. The New England Patriots.
Again,
what?
Not the
what? Just cover the bases.
I wouldn't use those words. Like, you can't be in a situation where you were suspended for some shadiness.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the morals and yeah, that's crazy.
Jennifer, your rats.
I saw this and I laughed. So it's obvious I'm rats off a ship because moral and ethical duty to the sport.
Yeah. Please. I mean, did you hear him broadcast last year? It was basically a dude in a coma. Where were your ethics and duties then? It was like we were torturing you watching football.
Mm-hmm.
Doing a little bit better this year. I mean, not much better, but a little better this year because it's like, hey, somebody's like, hey, can you act like you give a rat's ass? You're getting paid $375 million. Could you watch a football game with a little bit of care this year, Tom? He goes, all right, I guess. Brittney, your rats?
They're so off the ship.
Rats off the ship.
Yes, when I think of Tom Brady, I really think of somebody who is a moral compass, who I really is a model citizen.
Too much. I think you could have got away with just saying there was a conflict of interest, not put yourself on the soapbox like you've always carried yourself with utmost of,
Come on, Leroy. If he didn't, he wouldn't have a beautiful statue, wouldn't he?
He was getting that statue. You know why he was getting that statue? Because it was either him or Bill. Somebody was getting a statue because somebody had to take responsibility for all them Super Bowls. I wouldn't be surprised if Bill gets one too.
I think he is getting a statue. I think he said once he's retired, I think he is getting a statue. I hope they make it of him giving his girlfriend uppies.
I was getting ready to say, I hope they put it. Is she gonna be standing next to him? And they go, why is she in the pit? She wouldn't leave.
She wouldn't leave.
In a director's chair, like, fix the pose, Bill.
Bill, can we have the sculptors here. We need her to move.
The thing that's amazing to me is as long as I've known this man, right? And everybody thinks she's directing him. No, she's not.
I don't know, dude.
That dude, I'm telling you, man.
Oh, dude.
You don't lose that stuff. That guy, he has control. From what I know of him, like that, in fact, that's what got him out of New England. He didn't want to give up none of that stuff. So.
Yeah, that and also making Matt Patricia your offensive coordinator.
Yeah, wasn't he coach like? You think the players on the team were like, didn't he coach linebackers last year?
I don't know. Number 3.
This one might excite you.
Oh my goodness! I can already tell you got the face. Go ahead.
How do you feel about a Randy Macho Man Savage biopic? Who's going to be produced by Kenan Thompson?
It is?
Yeah.
I'm not rats off a ship. I can't wait. Slim Jims, him versus and Miss Elizabeth. I mean, who's not going to love watching a story about the Macho Man? I love wrestling. Wrestling biopics or whatever the hell they call them. What?
If you're not saying wrestling, you ain't saying it right.
Wrestling.
All that being said, rats off a ship.
Why?
Rats off a ship.
Because it's like a show.
What
Like
do you mean it's the show?
Like me watching a Randy Savage biopic would be the same as watching a Full House reunion, right? It's just
How is that not a good thing either? Like I'm failing to see that.
I don't know.
But like but wrestlers have fascinating lives. Like you.
No,
would
they
agree
do.
with that.
I think the most fascinating thing about what they do is what they had to go through to be able to do that at that level, right? But not interested. No.
Wow.
I'm not. I'm never.
He was a professional athlete. He was a
I watched
pro
it as
baseball player.
Huh?
You know, he was a professional athlete. He was a pro baseball player.
Okay. So if they did a thing about his baseball, I'd be more interested.
Get out of here, dude. No, you wouldn't. Why did you just lie to all of us?
Your face gave it away. Also,
he's like, I appeared to be boxed in.
Hey, could you let it cool off a little bit?
You know what? -1 for deception, Leroy.
Wait, he didn't even let it. Could you? He goes. Absolutely not. No,
let's just say things like that.
He said, "Mm-mm."
And if it's a biopic about his life, it's probably going to include the fact that he was a baseball player, Leroy. So.
You think? Yeah.
It's a biopic, of course.
I don't think. I think my interest in wrestling left when I went to college. Because when you get to college, you ain't sitting around the TV to watch wrestling. You know what I mean? And then that's right around the time where it started doing pay-per-views, right? Or was that later on?
Yeah, pay-per-views. Yeah, pay-per-views were like a thing. Like, yeah, once like the once WrestleMania, all that was like how when it all got big. And
right.
then they started doing it like every month.
Right. And so says the 104-year-old watching superhero. That's a movie though.
This is a movie.
They ain't trying to sell like.
Do you
No,
like?
you can't even say that because you also watch the ones on Disney Plus that are shows.
I do, but I'm saying, but wrestling, they try to make it real. It's not. And try telling somebody who's into wrestling, you know, it's fake, right?
Did you see The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke?
No.
Good movie.
I heard it was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
Didn't he win the Academy Award?
He won the Academy Award, I believe. He
Correct.
did for Best Actor. And then
he had more work done than some of these supermodels.
I also watched I think it's The Iron Claw with Zac Efron.
Oh yeah, was that good?
Film. Only if you just want to jump into a pool of sadness, because it's the most depressing movie I've ever seen in my life.
Is it depressing like $1 Million Baby?
More.
It's so
really
sad.
It makes $1 million.
I started watching it and I turned it off within like maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's about this wrestling family. I don't want to spoil it, but
I'm not gonna watch it.
Do you want to know something? It's so depressing. They had to make the real life story. They had to make the movie less depressing than the real life story. That's how bad it was. Yeah, it's crazy. It was crazy. Great movie, but you're gonna go and you're gonna feel terrible afterwards.
Okay, it's a good thing I didn't watch it. No.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jennifer, your rats, Randy Macho Man Savage.
I'm not rats off a ship now.
All right.
I'm the only one who's off the boat now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Brittney.
I'm rats off a ship because not in solidarity with Leroy, but only because I have no idea who that man is.
Too much.
The fact that he's so shook, but he was so rats off a ship.
I'm rats off the ship, but I know who that is.
I have no idea. I could.
You know you remember the commercial? Slap it to a Slim Jim. No.
This is just
nothing.
Marlins,
do you know Marlins Macho Man?
Who?
Marlins Macho Man?
No.
Oh. Who vetted this woman? What? Lynn!
I don't know if this segment is over.
This is what the younger generation has come to. I bet if I was an F1 driver, she would know who I was, but she has no idea. Let me tell you a little something. I celebrate the greatest baseball team of all time who nobody has gotten a hold of as the season is not done yet. I have not been pinned 1, 2, 3. We're taking on the Phillies tonight. We're going out there. We got Ryan Stormy with us here going up against that rat bastard Jesus Luzardo. Oh, no. And you have the audacity, and may I say, the audacity to say you don't know who I am. I don't know who you are.
Hey,
I really don't have any idea what's
You
going
know
on.
what's funny? He couldn't find the button. He couldn't find the button. He had to look around. He had to look around.
He's struggling.
Look for the button.
I'm struggling.
Because he
Couldn't find it.
Hey,
Oh no, my painting's falling down.
hey,
It's crooked.
hey. Can you know? Wait, can I just say this, Brittany?
Yes.
Do you know? So we went to a baseball game one time, right? And they said, Tobin, bring your Macho Marlins Man stuff.
Yep.
We're going to have you do some stuff. They had him working the whole game, working the whole crowd in this outfit. So everybody knows who Macho Marlins Man is, except, wow. Well, if you don't know who Randy Savage is, Macho Marlins Man just not going to get to you.
Yeah, it just hurts.
It hurts, right?
That's all.
Somebody
it is.
so close to
I'm
the
not
show.
mad. I'm just disappointed. You know.
Yeah.
Just come on, big time rally. Let's get some victory, Slim Jims. Yeah. It's the peak of my professional career.
An icon, okay?
Hey, that's not the worst part. He goes, so when we go and see him, right? He goes, dude, I thought I was just doing one little bit. I'm working the crowd for the whole
Dude, they had me working harder than Billy the Marlin.
Yeah.
Didn't even get to watch the game.
Oh wait,
It was
let's
very
not
entertaining
let's
trying
not
to
talk about
him everywhere.
Marlins Macho Man jumped in the pool.
Oh, that did happen.
Clevelander.
Clevelander. So there's like, yeah.
I just wish the best part about this is I have no clarity on who any. I still have
can't
no
believe she's
clarity.
never
on
heard
any-
of Randy Macho Man Savage. That's crazy.
I can't believe you haven't
I-
seen the Slim Jim commercial.
Did your father like wrestling?
No, he was not into wrestling, and neither was
Ask
my
him
brother.
if he knows who Randy. Even he has to know in pop culture who the Macho Man is.
Okay, I'll ask him on the break.
Yeah.
Has to. Wow, crazy. I'm a little shook right
This
now.
ain't like wow, like that
Okay,
was
but
a
what year
shock.
was he popular in? Okay, like give me a little bit of
Forever.
time here.
Forever, yeah.
Hey, hey,
All right.
so Brittany, this I mean, we need to go to break so we can regroup. This
Yeah.
is like a shock to the show.
It's tough. It's tough.
Like, wow.
Have you ever had a Slim Jim?
Of course, I've had a Slim Jim.
So you've never seen the Slim Jim commercial with the wrestler?
You've never seen snap into a Slim Jim?
Truly, I've never seen that. I don't even think I've ever seen a Slim Jim commercial. I didn't even know they made commercials.
Have you ever bought a Slim Jim and seen like, hey, who's that guy on the Slim Jim?
I've never correlated. I love Slim Jims.
You
I've
were,
never
you were
correlated
focusing
Jims
on the
with
Slim
man.
Jim, not the wrap packaging.
Let me just get this straight. You love Slim Jims.
I do.
You don't know who the most famous Slim Jim spokesperson of all time is?
No idea. I do not correlate Slim Jims with.
Do you
a man.
realize? But you like that would be like you not knowing who Ken Dorsey is. Like it's just strange. Like even if he played when you were a wee lass, like you still know who he is.
Of course, I know who he is.
It's very strange to me. I need to gather.
And
myself.
I'm not lying.
By the way,
I'm not a liar. I
by
swear.
the way, Randy Savage is more famous than him.
Ken Dorsey?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I would agree.
Yeah. I'm
Okay, but
just
you also have
saying.
to understand
like-
the sample size here. Like, I'm a huge Canes fan. There's a lot that
But
goes
you
into
also
this.
claim to be a big Slim Jim fan.
Yeah, I like Slim Jims, but I've never correlated the two. I'm so
Who is
sorry.
like? Man, this is crazy. I gotta gather ourselves.
These are like, yeah, you, Brittany, you really hurt us.
I'm so
very
sorry. I
hurtful.
will come back next
Like
time.
even look at Jennifer just staring at the screen. She's like in shock.
I'm really interested in all
I'll remain silent for the rest of the
That
show.
is fantastic right now.
Oh my God! Even Vlad.
Vlad shook. Everybody's just...
You have hurt everybody who has participated in this show by saying those words.
I'm Vlad is
so
taking
sorry.
you out apparently.
Okay. Yeah, apparently I'm fired. All right.
We'll take a break. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Get to our headlines. Brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. Doral VW just broke the rules of gravity. Prices are falling so fast, we're checking for a crater. Volkswagen priced like they've lost their mind. Doral VW, buckle up. No one sells for less. No one. Kentucky Finn says Macho Man was on the Slim Jim promo stands for years. This is crazy work, y'all.
No, okay. I did research on the break, okay? The last time he was the active spokesperson for Slim Jim, I wasn't even born yet.
No. First of all, I can go to a 7-Eleven today and there will be a Slim Jim with Macho Man on it.
I can assure you that there's not.
Are you in tomorrow? Are you in tomorrow?
No.
When are you next in? Friday? I'm not going to be here.
You're not here.
All right. I'm bringing you next week, Brittany, and I'm bringing you a bunch of Slim Jims with the Macho Man on it. I will definitely find it.
Dated 1997.
Not the old ones that you had as props.
Yeah, exactly. His role as Savage's role as a spokesperson for Slim Jim ended in 2000. How do you expect me to know who that man is?
I mean, hold on. When did Randy Savage pass away? I mean, that's probably when he was no longer with us.
2011.
2011. I'm telling you, he has been a legacy spokesperson for Slim Jim. Like I've recently bought Slim Jims, you know, and had the Macho Man on it.
Did you get the bubble guts? Because they might have been old.
Nah, they were good. I mean, as far as Slim Jims go.
Can I just tell you? Never ate a Slim Jim.
Really?
They're so good.
I'm not a fan of meat next to my Snickers.
What?
Yeah.
This
was the way you even say that though. That's weird.
More for the season, Mean Gene. And that Slim Jim definitely had a Macho Man on it.
Cinematic.
Also, somebody clipped Leroy saying he doesn't want his meat next to his Snickers.
That made me so.
Don't you fret.
Not okay.
I mean, I'm not just like I never liked pickle sausage. You know when they put that's disgusting.
No, the most disgusting thing that the Macho Marlins man has ever done, Brittany, is jump into the Clevelander pool after a walk-off win, and when there still was a pool there, it's not there anymore, and security was like, "Don't do it." And Macho was looking at me and goes, "Let me do it." And they were like, "Don't do it." And then finally, we knew the DJ, and the DJ kind of gave like the nod to let me do it because I wasn't just, you know, or Macho wasn't just going in. So was Robbie the Degenerate, and we were going in with his flying elbow, which is his finishing maneuver. Of course, that would be his finishing.
He's asking for the okay.
What a time to be alive.
Wow.
I don't know what was possibly caught. I don't know what was in that pool.
All I know is that here's what he said when he got out. That water was soupy.
Oh, it was so gross.
That's disgusting. But see, like I've heard of like I've seen this, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Persona. And I didn't get the reference. I don't understand. I never understood the reference. And now I understand why I never understood the reference.
Oh, man, it's crazy. I'll try and move on. We got a rest of the show to do, but I'm just very much shook. I'm stuck in my tracks.
Periodically in life, you're taken aback by
right. I'm taken aback
that one of your coworkers either believes or says or just is unaware of.
I just feel like we should be very kind to me. I'm only 25 years old. Okay.
I understand. But you know, this is
for being 25, I feel like I'm pretty, you know.
I would agree. You're very well versed. You're very well spoken. This is just a blind spot, and fix it.
Well,
I'm gonna go do my homework.
Wait, how could you not be a fan of wrestling living in South Carolina?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find out.
I just wasn't a fan of wrestling.
We had one of the territories over here in South Carolina.
Dude,
my parents didn't let me watch like wrestling, like a Monday Night Raw or anything like that. My mom thought it was gonna make us violent. So she just didn't let us watch it.
Fair.
Wait, you thought you guys were going to be drop kicking each other out
Yeah, I
the
guess she thought
yard?
me and my brother were gonna beat each other up, but yeah.
That's how we settle our differences here in
Should
the
we take it back?
Carolinas.
Scooby's like, stop lying. You knew.
I mean, I've heard, of course, I know about like
Mm-hmm.
wrestling, WWE, but I didn't like get into it. I used to watch like the Bella Twins on E Entertainment News.
Oh, Total Divas and the Bellas.
Yeah, I used to watch that when I was like much older, but
Mm.
when I was younger, wrestling was not a thing in our household. It was strictly sports.
I always
Football.
see random clips of John Cena just roasting the holy hell out of whichever Bella he was with on
I think
Twitter.
it was Nikki, right?
It was
Sorry.
Nikki Bella, yeah.
Yeah. How he didn't let her cook in his house. He was so upset.
He seems like a weird guy, but I mean,
That show made me hate his guts.
but was it a bit or is that just who he is?
No, I think that's who he genuinely is. And then she ended up marrying a Dancing with the Stars guy.
Yeah, but they're not together anymore.
Jeez.
No, I know.
Yeah, I do like Peacemaker though. It's a good show.
I haven't watched an episode yet.
I'm telling you, dude. You got like almost a season and a half now on Bank. You should check some of that out.
Well, you know how I did Game of Thrones, so I can catch up.
Yeah. Crazy. Whew. Take a break. More to come here on the show. We're back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Panthers got preseason action tonight, taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. Those are the Hurricanes the Panthers hate. The Hurricanes the Panthers love. Miami Hurricanes. You were talking to Jake Crawford at the time. We played some Anton Lundell. That man loves him some Miami Hurricanes. Sounds like a guy who's never been to college before.
Yes, I always wonder, like, it happens with a lot of golfers and some basketball players, right, that don't have the college experience. And the college experience is so much different than professional sports. But a lot of pros then get into college sports because of it.
Yep.
Because they never had that opportunity.
The college game day, not a big ratings person, but this was kind of cool. The Canes college game day this past week, according to ESPN, is the second most watched episode ever. 2.8 million viewers total. Final hour, 3.4 million. Show peaked at 4.4 million. I'm guessing that's on the McAfee high dive, right? Like the final picks. But pretty cool. Like, there's no way the Canes can't be thrilled with what that meant for their program. You know, just keeping getting good exposure this year. Man,
pretty much. I wouldn't be surprised if they have another. Like, to be honest with you, I'm surprised they didn't have it in. They don't have it at Florida State next week.
Well, they haven't announced it yet.
Yeah, they might.
I'm assuming it's going to be there, to be honest with you.
Oh my God, that's gonna be so
if Florida State, especially Florida State, wins this weekend.
Yeah,
I think
it's Virginia.
Virginia's sneaky. Virginia on a Friday scares me.
Any Friday.
It's like that. Like Robbie used to always say, "Beware of the happy nooner."
The sleepy nooner. The sleepy nooner. Oh, this SEC and this Finebaum want to talk about schedule and be like, you know, how vaunted SEC. You don't know about Pitt at noon, okay, dude? Pitt at noon. That is that's a trap right there.
Well, think about this. Is there any other team that's played more ranked teams this early in the year than Miami?
I don't know.
Yeah, like they're going to play 2 top 10 teams. Florida was ranked before, they weren't. And then USF was ranked 18th, I think.
Dade South says it's already the primetime game.
Mm-hmm.
Either way they will, because it's a conference, it's a rivalry. I don't know what's even up for contention for something else that week. I'd have to look at what the week was besides it. But yeah, I think if FSU does what it's supposed to do, that's such an obvious pick. And then I'm excited about that one, man, to kick off the ACC play. We've had so many rivalry juicy matchups to start the season with the Canes. Even though the Gators were down, like, I get it, but I don't care. I will happily see the Canes kick the Gators' ass no matter what state that program's in. You want to know why? Because I've been on the other end of it, and I know nobody apologized on the other end of it.
No,
it's crazy. Let's see. Schedule week 6. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't think anything even comes close to it. Week 6, we got Georgia's at noon. They're playing Kentucky.
I didn't know Dre was going to try to eat the mic.
Yeah, there's not a lot of juicy games, man. Like, unless they're going to go with like Ohio State, Minnesota.
No, you can't. No, first requirement has to be 2 good teams.
Yeah,
I don't care even if the team's number 1. You can't put them. You can't have game day there. Or a lot of times, if they have 2, like, they'll pick 1 or 2 weeks a year where they do FBS or some like South Dakota State or North Dakota State or something like that. So,
right. Yeah, I think we're headed for it. I think we're headed for this. V-Man says the primetime game isn't always where it's at. Yeah, I'm just looking at the other matchups. Like, Michigan's taking out
Oregon, Penn. Oh, that's this week. Sorry. Oregon, Penn State.
Michigan, Wisconsin that week.
No.
But that's a Fox game. That's at noon. Texas A&M, Mississippi State are both undefeated.
It'd be pretty hard to do a Big Ten game because Big Ten is Fox.
Yeah, well, they've ventured off that though. Like they'll both cross over. Whatever the big game is, that's what they're doing these days.
Okay.
Now they may not get the prime real estate like the other ones do because like Big Ten or whatever the hell they call it, Big Noon Kickoff. I never watched that show, but I hear people like it.
Ooh, the cheapest ticket from Miami FSU is $300 more than the next cheapest for that weekend.
Jeez.
The cheapest ticket right now is $500.
I just look. I'm not overlooking the Seminoles. Okay, obviously, I'm not gonna get too froggy. But what I am thinking about is they win that game. What the hell is Rueben Bain gonna do? Because I feel like he's got antics up his sleeve.
Oh my goodness.
He might steal the horse. He might steal it. What the hell do they call that horse that they go out on?
I don't know.
I don't know what his name is, but I feel like Rueben Bain's gonna steal that horse. Ruben, where'd you get that horse? I was like, this is my horse now. Because he's just menacing antics. This just seems to be what he does. Sack the quarterback and then just terrify people.
I've told you that like the silliest guys and the guys who mess with you the most on the football team are the big guys because you can't do nothing about it. So that's where that comes from. You gonna go tell Rueben Bain to stop?
The FSU horse's name is Renegade.
Fitting.
Who sings that song?
Tom Petty sings Renegade.
No, more recent.
Renegade. I don't know.
It's a popular group.
Who sings the song Renegade? Huh. Styx?
No. Might not be the name of it though.
Or ex-ambassadors?
Yes, there it is. Ex-ambassadors.
I know Leroy's taste in music.
I apologize. I crossed up my intangibles. Tom Petty and Styx.
Oh my goodness. First of all, when Styx was in the mix, you weren't even born.
No, but I know who they are. And if they were spokespeople for Slim Jim, I would know them too.
I gotta tell you,
whatever,
Brittney. I think like we were so taken aback by that.
Yep.
I understand that you weren't even alive.
No,
but
you guys don't seem to understand. Actually,
I'm not a wrestling guy, and I know who Randy Savage is. Right?
Okay, but like you saw him in Slim Jim commercials. Like I understand that. Sorry. I really have. I even looked him up on the break and I was like, maybe like jog my memory. I never seen that man a day in my life.
Right.
Pretty wild.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I disappointed you. I really am.
It's okay. I mean,
Scooby's built like a Slim Jim.
He's actually built like a sausage.
Built like he just found the Slim Jims.
Yeah.
You know? It's okay. Like I'm gonna get over it. I mean, I'm not gonna.
I know it's gonna like.
It's not a game. It's not like
we accept the fate of what has just happened. It doesn't mean it hurts any less.
Right. Like I probably should know more about whatever that racer's name is, but I don't. You know, I'm working on Vespersion or whatever the hell his name is.
Verstappen.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I'll
like
work
I don't
on
watch
that.
racing. I know who that is.
Yeah. Samesies. You know, dude.
Really?
No,
He's
you
like
don't
the-
listen.
If that man would get past you, Tobin, you would not know who he was.
He's like the Messi of racing.
If somebody would get out of a car and throw a punch, Tobin would know his name.
Exactly. That's fair. Everybody has their niche things.
This one though is a little bit more egregious. I mean, you would agree.
No, I can't agree with you because I have no idea who he is.
Vlad says, "Do you know who Hulk Hogan is?"
Of course, I know who Hulk Hogan is.
This
Randy
was Hulk
Savage
Hogan.
was just as big. That was his arch nemesis.
Yep. And then at one point they were teammates, the Mega Powers.
Is that NWO?
No.
No. Okay.
No, but for the most part they were longtime rivals. But then there was a point when they were together. They were the mega powers.
But like to be fair, I also when he passed away, I was 11 already. Like, do you think I was 11-year-old little girl watching wrestling? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's dead people.
Listen, let me tell you something.
There's a lot of.
I can't think of many 11-year-olds from South Carolina that wasn't watching wrestling.
But at the end of the day, Leroy, you have to remember, I was raised very Hispanic. You think my mom wanted me watching wrestling? Absolutely not. She didn't even want me watching.
No, because Hispanics love when their kids know how to defend themselves.
What about Rey Mysterio?
Yeah, I know who Rey Mysterio is.
Eddie Guerrero?
No.
Latino.
I know the Undertaker.
This is crazy. So you know basically every big time wrestler except for the Macho Man. So you're really not helping your argument.
Because they're all around the same time.
No, they're not. Rey Mysterio is not at the same time.
Not Rey Mysterio, but the rest of them are.
Undertaker was like early 2000s.
Nah, that was the reincarnated Undertaker. Undertaker's been around for a hot minute. He's old.
I didn't know. I'm sorry. I just like know what I.
All right, like I said, I'll get over it. You know, I'm gonna try. You know, I need 24 hours, but I will recover. I will.
It's okay. You won't see me 24 hours, but next week he's going to bring you a Slim Jim.
I'm excited. I'll eat the Slim Jim too. I'm so excited.
Oh man,
we'll take a. I don't know who he is.
We will. We'll take a break. But before that, I do want to let you know another Macho Man is Zach Sealer. So how do you guys like to have a Pro Bowl Miami football player come and visit the elementary school of your choice? Could happen. It's WQAM's MVP experience with the Dolphins, Zach Sealer. He's on board to speak at a school. Just go to WQM.com, enter an elementary school in Broward Dade now for your chance to get a visit from Zach Sealer, where he'll speak to the students and more. For contest rules, go to WQAM.com. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Get to a little 15 minutes of game day uncensored here with you. Brought to you by the Lexus TX. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer. So, Miami Dolphins got the Jets this week as they will get set for this divisional matchup to hopefully get off the canvas. 0-3
Did they get
to
an
start
extra
the
day
season.
off? Because usually a lot of times you'll get Tuesday and Wednesday off, and then start on Thursday as your Wednesday.
Not sure, dude. Not positive. I know guys spoke yesterday, so I'm guessing that no, that maybe that today is the day off, but I'm not really hip
Right.
to it. Don't know.
So, did you see what happened to David Fry,
No.
the baseball player?
Oh, yeah, he got hit. Yes.
Oh my!
In the face.
Oh my goodness! I mean, even the pitcher was like terrified.
Yeah, shook.
It sounded like holy smokes. So he has facial fractures and a broken nose.
That's brutal stuff, man. I remember when that happened to Giancarlo.
I saw it happen when I was a kid. I saw it happen to an Astros player, Dickie Thon. And I thought it was the worst thing I'd ever seen in my life because you could hear it. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I remember that happened in the stand, and then I think the guy ended up hitting somebody else, like a batter later, and like the Marlins like lost their mind over it. Tommy Hutton was ready to fight somebody.
He's always ready to fight to
Yeah.
keep the rules of baseball.
He was just furious. He was just
Right.
like, you can't control yourself. What are we doing? What are we doing? And then he was like, and then he was mad. I think the guy was a South Florida guy too. The guy who ended up doing that. I think he was from Deerfield. And he was like, you can't get mad at them for getting mad at you. I was like, yeah, it's a fair argument. He just did knock out their MVP. Because Dan was probably on his way to an MVP that season.
Yeah.
And it completely derailed the Marlins. That was against the Brewers. Oof, brutal. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That stuff's scary, man. Them and of course,
Very.
the line drives when those come back at the pitcher.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm trying to think of. I think the pitcher's name was Whitehead. He got a pitcher that got hit in the head like that with a ball back up the middle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
it's-
it's scary stuff.
I mean, you're talking about how quick your reaction time has to be, right?
Mhm.
And it's easy to get out of the way of a pitch when you know what's coming. But a lot of times you don't realize when they're trying to buzz your tower. And the
Yeah.
ball deflected off of dude's bat and hit him in the face. It wasn't that. It was just at his face. Because that's what they say. When they square around the button, if they square around too early, throw it inside.
Yeah, a lot of guys have gone to, doing the other stuff, but man, it's 99, 100 miles an hour.
99.
Stuff goes crazy. And it's always a very scary thing. Scary thing.
Yep.
That being said, tune in to the Marlins tonight because they're on this little push right here at the end.
Little push.
Got Ryan Weathers on the hill, going up against Luzardo, I believe. Another South Florida guy, former Fish.
Yep.
We've had him on a couple times. So he was a big Panthers fan.
Mm-hmm.
Big Panthers fan. Now, I'm not letting you bang the drum anymore, Luzardo. I'm sorry. That's off the table. Leroy made the rules because we tried to do it with Max Strus one time, and Leroy's like, ban him from the drum.
No, you can't. You ain't from here. The only way you could bang the drum if you're not playing for a team locally is if you're from here.
Oh, so you're giving Luzardo the pass because he's a Parkland guy.
He's from here. He grew up here.
I'm still not letting him bang the drum unless he loses tonight and takes a dive.
That's
Keeps the dish
home.
alive.
That's home. That's home cooking right there. He's from down here,
I don't
right?
know.
I mean,
Division rival.
I don't care.
It's tough.
Like,
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to stomach that right now.
All right. Well,
We'll
it won't
see.
matter. I mean, when he does get to the point where he's banging the drum, their season's over. So
If he did a regular season bang,
Yeah.
Playoff bang, he'd be just starting his season. What?
I'm just thinking of if somebody just happened to just pass by, right? Regular
Whatever,
season
dude.
bang.
You had meat and Snickers a couple of seconds ago. Don't get at me.
But everybody knew what I was talking about. The Slim Jim.
A lot of people called you out for that.
The Slim Jim.
I don't know if they did.
All right, whatever.
What?
It's Brittany's fault.
It's not. I mean, maybe.
How is it Brittany's fault?
Well,
I
the whole-
know.
you
You
know,
don't know one person. One
little-
person. And God forbid.
Nah, that's not one
You
person.
made him talk about his Snickers.
No, he just made me talk about why I never had a Slim Jim.
She didn't make you say that.
I didn't make you say that.
You didn't make me say it, but I was just explaining why I've never had a Slim Jim.
It did send us down a path. You know, we could acknowledge
dark
that.
path.
We can acknowledge it. It happens sometimes. You know, some things can take us off the rails. Like when JFig wants to talk about birds. You know, like we always have to
Never
talk
want
about
to talk about
her past
birds.
crimes.
Let's not even talk about when Brittany gets all warm and fuzzy over F1.
Let's listen
That's
to Dry.
It's not it's not as often as you make it seem, Leroy.
What is he looking for, man?
I don't know.
It's playtime.
His foot hurts. So
What did he do?
he runs around outside and his foot, and he's a puppy. So growing pains, like his legs, like periodically he runs around with a limp, and he's very, what's the word? He'll lay down and go to sleep. And if you go to pet him, he'll bite you. He's just real.
Did like Zeus trick him or something like that?
No, he's just like, they just said it's normal that, you know, when they grow, bigger dogs, sometimes they have these joint pains.
Mm.
So he's hobbling around. He's doing the little dog cry. Right. And so in between breaks, I try to see if he want to go outside. And no, I was just kidding. And that's it.
See you've taken over the man. I see you taking over the man cave there, though. You've put the helmet up.
Well, I didn't do that. Fonz did that on the way out.
On the way out, so he's like, he made it yours.
Yeah, I guess that was the passing of the guard.
He passed the torch. He goes,
I said, you want to help a brother out? Take care of some of these bills. Like just leaving a helmet in the room that I'm already paying for does what? Like, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it's been like, whew, how long? It felt like what? He's been gone for like 2.5 years. Like, dude, I just had something real simple that I wanted to know about my computer, about charging it or hooking up everything.
Yep.
And I'm like, I can't even call him. It's too early.
So
you got Tobin too. You got all of us.
Yeah, but I can't just.
I'm not going to judge you. I'm
He's
not.
gonna bring it up on air.
I'm not going to use it as show material. No, don't say that I would do that. I wouldn't do that.
No. This is how the next show will start. Dade South. Leroy. 239.
Well, you got to keep the records. I mean, the records are the records. You do have to keep the records. That's how, but I wouldn't break confidence.
My setup right now is pretty good. I got all my chargers working. If something goes wrong, I got my iPad right here. If something goes wrong with my screen, I can hook it up to my monitor. So I got contingencies. I got everything working here. That's it. Everything.
Yeah. I mean, the only time I'm going to rip you on technology is if you embarrass yourself like you did when you tweeted out that Google Docs link.
That was good.
But that was, you deserve that.
Dude, okay, yes, I deserve that because that was ignorance. But let me explain something to you. That's not as bad as the seatbelt thing in Vegas.
Oh my God, that was great.
Because you sat there, you didn't help me. You just start laughing at me and mocking
What was I?
me.
Okay.
No, but then he offered to help you from what I remember.
No,
yes.
he didn't. He's like,
I used to
hey,
know.
He goes, hey, that seatbelt kicking your ass right now. He goes,
Okay.
light.
I keep asking this though. Like, what did you want me to do? Because it's either this is twofold. I either watch you lose the fight to the seatbelt, or I buckle you in like a child
in a car seat.
So what was I supposed to do? Didn't help the fact that
You
our
sat back and laughed.
No.
What did you want him to do? Sit in
I
silence and just stare?
Well, we were sitting in silence because our cab driver did not speak English, and he was very concerned about Leroy because he wasn't going to move until he could get buckled.
I literally almost ripped the door in to the inside, just off, because I was pulling the thing right, and Tobin was going, "Hey, loose, light."
You gotta let it go, and then bring it back.
Then it got to the point where he was just like,
Too much, dude.
Hey, let's not forget about the I got KO'd by the mic
several times.
And headphones.
Headphones.
It's a lot of recoil on those. You're like, gotta roll with the punches sometimes, dude.
Tobin does the thing that makes you want, like, he looks over and goes, "You all right?" He's like, "No, I'm not all right. I'm getting my ass kicked by things."
Inanimate objects do seem to kick your ass. It's a pattern.
Marcos had such a face of concern when you hit yourself. He was like, "No, wait, we're not gonna continue talking here. Are you okay? What just happened?"
Oh man! All right, everybody, that's our show for today. If you guys missed it, you can get the Tobin and Leroy podcast available for you on all podcast platforms, and of course, you guys can check us out on YouTube and Twitch and go and watch us there. We will talk to you rascals tomorrow.
Words means words. I got a tight ass. Every now and then, ow!
Can you stop doing that?
The top of my foot. I'm not a fan of meat next to my Snickers.
I'll see y'all when I see y'all.